off again? It doesn't look like it's pointing at me. I need to tape this thing on the side. Alright. We are back at the Wileyverse for another session of Dragonborn D&D. I need to change this, by the way. It's not presenting the right information.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Keeping up with the locations.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do that. We're just going to do that. For now.
Clan Goldass is where it's at. You know that?
Clan Goldass.
Goldass.
So, we are playing some Dungeons & Dragons in the Forgotten Realms setting with an all-Dragonborn party. Joining me, as always, is Robert playing Rorfrost, the Undaunted, a paladin of Bahamut who has partaken on this journey because of other characters and his divine calling.
I will prove to that platinum dragon.
We also have Ziranex, the Underhanded, a sailor and arcane trickster of the clan who has seen the world and has taken on this quest to help the others acclimate to being outside of their clan holds and such.
I'm the guide.
You're the guide again. And last we have Savroth, played by Dayton over here.
Lord Savroth.
Lord Savroth of the Goldath clan. He has had a calling of Bahamut. He is a cleric of Bahamut and has been sent or messaged
Entreated?
to take on a quest to save the homeland of the Dragonborn, which is beset on multiple sides, mainly by a kingdom called Unther, who are
Bastards.
They are, I don't know, human supremacists? They're weird. They want to destroy all the Dragonborn, drive them from their land, and turn everyone else to slaves, really, is kind of what their deal is. But that's neither here nor there, because our group has sailed across the Inner Sea into Cormyr, where they were told that they might find allies in this quest to find a new homeworld. I am Wiley, and I am running the NPC, Ayasa, a evocation mage. And one of the ties they have to Cormyr is that Ayasa has been trained by a Cormyrian war wizard. And they are going to go see that mentor and see what he might say about alliances and destiny and quests. They had just gotten to the port, Stone Port, where they were speaking to a port authority, Dras Coalfield. Coalfield works for the Seekers, which is kind of a secret group. It's the spy network of Cormyr, and he is one of their handlers. He told you the laws of Cormyr, which I can go through again if you want. They're always fun.
Sure we know.
Don't harm cats.
Yeah, with that no poaching and don't hurt cats for my cliff.
Were your takeaways?
We can only have weapons if we join an adventurers guild, is one of the most important.
Correct. And he says that he will fill in and send off the charter for you. And I think that's where we left it, is you guys were going to decide on an adventuring party name.
And I think
Lucid Abstract. Wiley, your shirt looks... Yeah, it does. I have a green screen behind me, so it's color matched or key matched, and it makes some of the colors fuzzy. Like, it's a green screen, this is gray, so it fuzzes out.
Wait, what did he say it looked like? Because
Enchanted, all fuzzy, I dig it.
Oh, yeah.
You must shop at the NPC market.
Yeah. His NPCs always get the good deals.
Yeah. So,
It's like a blue screen.
a blue screen, right? Yeah. So, you guys were coming up with adventuring party names.
Mm-hmm.
Scales of Fortune.
The Scales of Fortune.
Yeah.
Just a little background for those just joining us. Goldath clan is the richest, the wealthiest of the dragon clans, the Dragonborn clan, and they're the ones that do most of the minting for the Thymari coin. And the Thymari coin are called scales, and they are shaped like scales. And a part of their culture is that they literally have a scale removed, and then they put a gold scale in its place on their person somewhere. And that gold scale is inscripted with their name, title, and their deeds. There's a whole lot more to it, but so calling themselves the Scales of Fortune is a bit of a multiple entendre. Not just double, it's, scales for Dragonborn, scales for the coin, fortune being the fate and the money. So, hi, how you doing, girl?
The quintuple entendre.
So, Bandolier trying to get in on this game. Hey, Bandolier. So, Scales of Fortune is what is inked into the ledgers and what is sent out to the Adventurers Guild. He gives you all basically paperwork. You all sign it, so you're all a part of it. Stamps it, puts his seal on it, and all that jazz. And each of you gets a copy of it, so you have that on you. You now have adventurers paperwork on you. You are licensed adventurers, not only in Cormyr, but at all the Adventurers Guilds across Faerun that accept Adventurers Guild stuff. There's some places that still don't, care about any of that. Thay.
Oh, the Thay.
And that's that. You are told that you are seeking the town, the hamlet of Braden Downs. That is where Tolan the Seeker
Tolan
stays.
is the name. Okay.
Tolan the Seeker has settled down in Braden Downs, where his father before him settled. And he gives you directions. It's northern Cormyr, western Cormyr.
Of the region?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I want to ask you, yes, I mean, we've had plenty of downtime and stuff like that. It's always been kind of convenient because she's spent time here and none of us have been here. But I don't think I've ever asked, why is she seeking Tolan? She just came back to... She spent time and then she came back to...
she's not seeking Tolan.
She's been telling people that.
You guys are seeking Tolan.
Oh, was that part of...
Yeah.
It's like me. Like I'm not looking for Dolan either.
Yeah. Okay.
So he got a message that Cormyr might be allies. They brought her in because she knows someone in Cormyr. So because of him, you are seeking Tolan.
I guess I assumed it was her that was seeking that.
Nope.
Okay.
Everything stems from that visit of that strange Dragonborn lady on Midsummer's festival.
Okay, so I know she wanted us to go north to Cormyr and stuff. I thought
Tolan
Tolan was an addition. It was you that
he
said
sought her because she has ties specifically. So, hey, if we go to Cormyr, can we talk to this guy?
Okay.
So.
It sounds a lot better than telling everyone to meet. Oh, I got a divine message and we're seeking that out.
Yeah.
And
he's just supposed to go to the kingdom and go, I was told to be here.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought we were doing.
Yeah.
You see my message? So, all right, guys, we're going to Cormyr. And...
Yeah. So, nope, it was, hey, you know someone in the clan that has a direct tie to someone in Cormyr. And let's go there.
Right. Okay.
So, Braden Downs, that is where Tolan lives. You can stay in Stoneport if you would like. Or you can...
What time is it?
You guys set in probably mid-afternoon. So it might be reasonable to set out, stay here the night and set out in the morning.
Is there a reasonable inn nearby?
A reasonable inn.
It's a hotel called
He laughs.
The Reasonable Inn.
Yeah.
There's the Oceanic Child Inn. There is also the Fluffy Potato Inn.
Fluffy potato.
The Fluffy Potato. And the Nice Dragons Bar.
Nice dragons. Well, that sounds our speed.
Yeah, right. I was like, the fluffy potato sounds great, but Nice Dragons Inn is definitely where we would inquire.
Okay. So the Nice Dragons Inn has a lot of purple as its motif. It also has a lot of war or knightly paraphernalia around, and it seems quite quickly that you have tankards for everyone. We do need to get those tankards.
We do need tankards.
And you go in, you realize that this is like a military-themed bar. The Nice Dragons, so their military is called the Purple Dragons.
Yeah.
The Purple Dragon Knights. So it's not as lively or exciting as other inns would be. It's for veterans.
Fluffy potato.
Yeah, it's for veterans and military, and it's kind of empty at the moment. So kind of quiet.
Well, do we want to just blow this?
Do you walk in? You're like,
bye.
We misunderstood dragon. Let's check out the fluffy potato.
Yeah.
all right. The fluffy potato is run by a halfling in Cormier, a whole halfling family. There's a lot of halfling servers.
So small.
And they serve the craziest, biggest potatoes you've ever seen. And it's not just halfling size. These things are like this size to people.
Like Amish potatoes.
Just split open. They put you come out and there's all this stuff. Here's your potato. And then you just start putting what you want on it. Butter and chives and
it's like a potato
apple slices, and they put it all in, and they just mix it. Like they cut the potato open after baking, and they just mix it all in, and you just scoop out this potato.
It's like Mongolian barbecue, but with
a potato base. Yeah. So that's the fluffy potato. They serve really good mead and
me too.
Mead and liqueurs and fruit juices mixed with spirits. So it's kind of like this trendy, it's not a traditional inn or anything like that. This
almost seems like a gimmicky kind of
It is super good. Like these halflings, we're not just going to serve ale and give you a bedroom for the night. No, we're going to do this crazy stuff. And you throw all stuff into a potato and you mix it all up, and we serve snifters of various flavored. I want northern apple. I'm like, oh, here you go, and a little snifter of alcohol.
There are halfling hipsters.
Rofras is all about.
They're all
this is amazing.
All halflings are hipsters.
Cuisine, this exotic foreign cuisine.
Yeah, this is way more our speed.
Yeah. So.
Plus, I can't wait to see the design you come up with for the shirt.
The fluffy potato. Potato sheep.
Potato sheep.
All right. So yeah, you guys go to the fluffy potato. It's lively. There's a couple of minstrels in the background just hammering out some plucky tunes as everyone moves. They're just there for background noise. No one's dancing. People come in, they're eating, they're drinking. Stories are being told back and forth. This is also definitely a place for demi-humans. So there's lots of half-elves, dwarves, halflings. Cormier
is that what we're considered?
Yes. Yeah. Cormier is predominantly human, but they are not racist at all. They don't discriminate against the other races. Anyone can come and become a citizen and all that stuff.
You said like it was a racist statement there.
Right? Racist? Yeah. No, they welcome all kinds, but it's still it's a human kingdom. So it's this is a place for the others to kind of hang out and have their own little thing. So
it mostly comes up in devastating systemic racism.
Yeah,
but on the surface,
it seems fine.
Yeah.
All hunky dory.
Yeah. Well, I kind of want to know how far this place is and what sort of travel we need to secure.
What is I always forget her. Ayasa's. What is her performance?
Oh, her performance is. She is proficient in it, so +3 total.
Yeah, I'm actually better still. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I regale the tale.
Performance.
You're gonna Issa rock out?
Absolutely, just from one skill. On the Goldath tail of the ship. Everyone should know who we
are. The Sahagin fight or the
Sahagin fight
or the fight against the Untherites?
I don't know which one was better.
The Sahagin tale is the
mis-
Sahagin
is-
is more open. Like otherwise, you're just telling about two people that are at war that no one here knows.
Let's regale them with the tale of the Sahagin fight.
They
No!
did you roll a natural one?
Yeah.
Okay. They are all Dragonborn, so this is an all Dragonborn game.
Might as well get it out of the way, right?
Yeah, that's a good time to use it.
These
So what did you
halflings are like,
natural one.
shut the
Natural
fuck
one.
We have completely
Yeah,
pissed
you-
off the fluffy potato.
You start like
My mother's a Sahagin.
they're like, let me tell you about the and immediately like a server comes over and goes,
That's not what the fluffy potato
yeah,
is
it's like
about, sir.
people are trying to enjoy their food and drink. You can talk amongst your own party, and she like immediately just like stuffs you down. Like this isn't a place for you to come in and beat naked out. Like
Who the hell do you think you are?
Right.
this is a restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine like going into McDonald's like. Hey everyone, listen, today I got accepted into the University of Arizona. Let me regale you this. And I was like, shut up, I want to eat my hamburger.
He's like, I read these great stories of this thief Isarok and his wonderful stories.
I lean over with my head kind of low and was like, you can tell me if you like.
You were there. You were there.
I know.
You were
I would like to hear about it again.
So Ayasa picks up the menu and points at all of the sweet things. Like, so she's getting a potato with maple syrup and cinnamon sugar and apples, baked apples, and all of this stuff mixed in.
I indicate that I'm sad now and pick 4 orders of bacon.
I want bacon. I want bacon. I want a lot of bacon.
And butter.
And butter.
I want to see if they could put another potato inside the potato. like a
All the
turducken
potatoes
of
at
the
the same
potatoes.
Oh, they do have one option for new potatoes.
Yeah.
So you can put new potatoes onto the baked
That's
russet
what I'm
baked
talking
potato.
I
about.
feel like we
Have you
might have
guys-
a real restaurant idea here.
Have you ever been to is it Jason's Deli?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen their potatoes?
Nah.
They're like this big.
Are they?
Really?
I am not exaggerating. They
How do
are.
you make them?
I
I
don't
don't usually
know.
get potatoes at a deli.
GMO. I'm assuming.
Gmos.
But they are insane. If you have never seen them, like Google a picture of them. They're
I'll have to.
psycho.
Jason's Deli, everybody.
Jason's Deli. Lucid Abstract is now hosting us. Did it come up? I didn't see
did.
it. Yes.
Did?
Shing.
We're
being
the
We're being
scrolling.
scried upon.
Hey.
Thank you, Lucid. All right. So yeah, there's potatoes in potatoes. You can put butter in potatoes and potatoes.
Oh,
So, what do you have? In there?
It's a pretty big potato.
I'll probably just have
Goodness.
one other.
Let me see it.
yeah.
Yes, it's insane.
It's a pretty big potato.
That's a
Yeah,
mighty
everyone
goose.
Google Jason's Deli
Why
baked
does a
potatoes.
deli have
Oh,
potatoes?
peas with ham? I'm going to Jason's.
Nice.
The fluffy. You
You
can
think
get
they're
peas and
open
ham
after
in here.
midnight?
Right.
Probably not.
I'll probably just have one of their specialty potato dishes.
Something with cheese and meat and potato.
And you leave like 3 things on it. Like, oh, and especially potato.
Thank you. I can't remember where I got it from, but they're guys that do free alerts. They're really easy to set up and pretty cool. Just talking about how cool the alert looks.
It is.
And it's Overwatch based, so like that's the how Overwatch match start.
Yeah. Oh, the font.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. Like, and you can adjust all the colors and all that, and it's free. You can get it for any of your streams. So, all right.
So we eat.
Yeah, you eat. You get some. I mean, there is ale here, but it's not. It's all fancy, like infused and fruit flavored and hoppy or
I'm just gonna
whatever.
think that like
sours.
all foreign places are just like this.
Craziness.
Yeah.
I try to tell you that it's not. I roll a natural 1 and you're not convinced.
I just
Yeah, like-
slap you. I don't know.
It's so
How should you dare tell me these
What do you
lies?
know? What do you know?
What do you? Yeah. What do you? You don't believe anything he says about anywhere else?
Our
Again.
explorer, worst god I've ever heard.
You guys eat. You while away the time. I mean, there's some couple hours of daylight left, or you can just be ready. Get ready for tomorrow. Like there anything else you want to do?
Oh, we should probably speak to someone about staying
Yeah.
rooms and board.
The fluffy potato also has fluffy beds, as they say.
Ah.
They're stuffed with potatoes.
They don't. They don't.
Yeah, it's a little lumpy.
And the only mix-ins they need is you.
Oh.
Wow.
So I wanted to find out how far away is this place?
It's going to be 4 or 5 days travel by foot.
To it? Right.
It would cut down for like 2 to 3 days if you were to get mounts or charter a cart or a carriage.
Does Yasa know any about any of that? Is that
It's like, well, you'll find carriages. Carriages?
How big are we to it? Is a horse an option?
So you guys breed your own horses, and you need Clydesdale-sized, pretty much.
So
like
these humans won't have horses.
you could get a draft horse, and it would do the job of just riding, but they're not suitable for combat or anything like that.
it's gonna have hip problems in his elder years?
There are, there's a name for
the
like
glue factory.
carriage companies, and it's something like carriagers or something like that.
No, you're right. That's a carrier or something.
Anyway.
Well,
So
we're an adventure group. We should hire ourselves out to. There must be someone going in.
So any gate out of this town is going to have carriers that we can hire, or we can just go on our own.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Are you guys getting a couple double rooms, all individual rooms? What's the deal?
I think we're probably going to want to save
I
some
don't
money.
know. I don't know how much gold I had.
I don't
think we went over that.
We all had 10. I think it's the base that it
Probably
gave
all
us.
started like 25 or something like that.
Is it not written down? Yeah, you should have your gold pieces written down on the back.
No.
Back
I started
bottom
with
left.
Nayasa and you.
Oh, I had 10 gold, guys.
Yeah, she has 15. You
I'm
have
noble. I
25.
gold because of that.
It's the GP.
Oh, I'm more than all
I
you.
know, I got it.
You got it? You're looking at it very confused, man. I'm trying to help you out.
I'm looking at it upset. Like I'm like, I had amassed quite a lot of wealth last time.
No, you were a tradesman on a ship. You weren't a pirate or anything like that. So
my last thief was totally a thief.
Yeah.
In the game, you had like 32 gold. You're like, I'm rich. I'm like 784. I'm like, oh,
just
shit.
laying in a crypt somewhere in Waterdeep.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that they took
we'll see. How many of us can they fit in a room?
How many? They can fit 2. Their normal is 2 bed. Like they have a 2 bed option or 1 bed option, but you can all stay in one room if you want.
Right. Yeah.
We've been on a boat for a while. I think 2 rooms is the idea.
So get 2
doubles.
2 doubles. It's not very expensive. Ooh, coach card. It is 7 silver per double room per night. So
10 silvers of gold.
10 silvers a gold.
14 silver, huh?
Mm-hmm.
1.4 G's. I'll cover it.
All right.
Let's Robert.
Big
Hashtag Let's
finger.
Robert cover it.
What? It's my holy quest as well. Let's see.
I'll get dinner then.
Dinner.
4 potatoes.
All the mixins. $3 silver pieces a person. So 3, 6, 9, 12. $1.20. $1.02. However you want to say it.
Well, Savra, are you okay with sharing a room with one of the 3 of us? If we're splitting 2 and 2?
I see no problem with that.
So who stayed in what rooms?
They're staying together, obviously. I'll stay with Ayasa.
So yeah, that seemed to be the most logical.
The upper echelons of the clan and the lower echelons of the clan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I can see that.
We see.
I see. I was
See how
gonna say
you-
like, well, the prince should get the female in the room, right? Like that's just.
That's sexist.
I mean, it is. I don't know. How does our clan work? Are we like Klingons here?
No,
like,
remember love is free. That you're expected to reproduce, but
You only get married
beyond
to
that,
produce children, and then they're done.
Now's not the time for that.
No. Everyone, most people here have already done their duty to the clan.
breed-wise, you mean?
Yes. I don't think you have. Unless you wanted to. Ayasa has.
No, I'm gone.
They gave you a human. They were like, see what you can do with
They're
this.
like, make babies. I'm like, I'm gonna go sail around the world. All right, later.
All right.
Imagine Roughrust in general would want to stay with me. Just
Yeah,
'cause-
it's true. It's true. It's probably
Easier
assassins
protection.
here. I just watch over him during his sleep.
You're just staring at him. What a beautiful bastard. Just okay, Rofrost. That's a little bit much.
My lord!
It's meantime protecting intensifies.
Protecting intensifies. Oh man. All right. I mean, there's really like you have some daylight left, so you guys hang around and do whatever. When you guys get to the room, you and Ayasa, she sits down and like opens up her spell book, goes to the desk, opens up her spell book, and then starts reciting stuff out of it. And like it goes on for like 10 minutes. Like she just drops her pack on the ground and all that. And after she's done, she gets up and says, "Yep, I'll need these hung up, this over there, put this over here, and do this." And you have no idea who she's talking to. And then her pack just picks up, and then stuff starts coming out of it and being like put on the desk and moved over. Like she gets out of her robes, and her robes like she just drops them on the ground. They get picked up, folded. The light, the lantern in the place gets lit and adjusted and all that stuff.
Wizard hand is way better than mage hand.
No, is it?
It's unseen servant. So there's an unseen arcane entity in your room that she can command and do whatever she wants.
I mutter the incantation for mage hand and like open the window slightly from a distance. Like,
What? This is unseen. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
you don't even see it. You don't even know.
Gonna polish my hammer.
Polish your own hammer.
I could, but if we could just summon
Oh,
service.
it's really a hammer you polish.
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about?
Hey.
Sailor. Right. So I guess we rest.
Yeah, you
Does
guys
anyone kill
rest.
us
You
in our
guys do your while away the rest of the day, whatever you do, write in journals and practice, polish your armor. You got a lot of sea salt on that.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Rust is a big problem.
Other than that, nothing eventful happens. You guys sleep through the night. It's nice not to be on the ocean anymore.
It is.
And wake up in the morning.
Roll for waking up.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone's like, you all go to sleep, and everyone's just looking at me like, and that's it. That's the day. You're all dead. Like, like you don't know what happened, and you weren't conscious.
We should
So
have picked the other end.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to ruin it. You weren't there when you died.
Tell us what we dream about,
Oh.
Lots and lots of potatoes.
Potatoes.
Yeah. All right. So in the morning, I'm hungry again.
Yep,
They have potatoes
they
for
have
breakfast?
breakfast potatoes. Yeah.
Let's get some breakfast potatoes.
Basically, they take everything that was not like all the baked potatoes that weren't used last night. They cut them all up and they roast them, almost like deep fry them, and then mix them in with eggs and other omelet type stuff. So
Smart.
it's pretty much
Yeah.
like it's a hash. In the morning, it's a roasted potato hash.
That makes me hungry.
I love making up ends in
it's
food.
so good.
I love it.
Before so we're eating and whatnot, I want to know, Yasa, we're going to be leaving town. You haven't been here some time. Is there anywhere that you think we should visit before we go? Anywhere that you might want to visit before? No? You have no attachment? What can you tell us about this place?
About where? She's like, I passed through Stoneport once.
Oh. See.
Twice, actually. I think I left through here, too.
Well, where'd you go between those times?
To Braden Downs.
Anywhere else? What's a famous city?
What's a famous city?
A kingdom region. Come on, man.
I just learned here.
Did you really learn from a purple dragon?
Yes.
What was that like?
Fine.
I see why you're quite the entertainer. Yeah. Right. I awkwardly start shoving potatoes and eggs in my face.
Rofus, why don't you leave the poor girl alone? We have a mission
This is
to attend
reconnaissance,
to.
my lord. This is important information.
Reconnaissance. Where's all the tourist spots here? I want cheap trinkets.
For the mission, obviously. All right, fine. Jeez.
Alright.
Alright, so head to the gate out.
We're heading to Braden Downs.
You're heading to Braden Downs. It's going to be about 5 days on foot if you want to walk it, or 2 to 3 days if you want to ride it. It would be a gold piece a day to take a carriage out.
Ooh.
So
for everybody.
Yeah. Each person or
A gold piece each person a day.
Yeah, we're walking.
Yeah. We're not
So
really in any
it would be
hurry.
3 days. It would be 8 gold for 8 to 12 gold.
I'm kind of sick of riding after that voyage anyway. Let's get some stretch
Walk,
our legs
stretch
out.
your legs, see
Get
the
our
countryside.
Yeah.
All right, so you head out and walk. So the countryside is absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful. It is pastoral, green hills and fields, just completely encased and enshrouded by forests. You come by some mirror-surfaced lakes. There always seems to be some nice snow-capped mountains in the distance somewhere. It is just a beautiful land.
Wow.
But you also see the scars of war. You see places where like there's broken down carts and pieces on the side, fields that have not recovered from being trampled as probably some battle or refugees have been through them. You also don't see a lot of young men. There's just, it's the elderly, it's women, and it's children.
Right.
Because
they're all off to war.
well, they all
Sorry, no
passed.
young men around here.
They all kind of passed away or are on garrison. So, I mean, they've just gone through years and years and years of a pretty high attrition war.
Yeah.
So, folks you see come in like two varieties. Either they're very friendly and open, like, how you doing, this and that, as you pass and walk by, or they ride by, they give you that, or they're the head down, you know, just lost in their own loss or thoughts.
So Cormier's open, and they don't discriminate so much. But what is the likelihood that they've ever seen Dragonborn before? Like how
They
rare
do
are
have treaties with you.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people in the interior place outside of Thymir have seen a lot of you, but you get some surprise looks here and there. Mostly, though, people don't bat an eye or, you know, get all weird about it. I mean, Dragonborn have been in the realms for hundreds of years now.
Makes sense.
This is a weird experiment. Some of the people that seem more receptive, I'll just call it like, you know, ho there, you know, who is the enemy of these lands?
Who there?
Not shake a hand, but hey, who is the foe of these lands?
You see, trying to shake hands
Well,
like
the
that.
war is over.
Yeah, I'm just curious about how they respond.
They'll say the Netherese mainly.
The Netherese. Have we heard of the Netherese? Probably. I don't know.
I don't know if you have history or any of that. Not really. Kind of not your thing.
I'm no sage.
I'm no sage.
I'm just here to beat things with my hammer. For justice.
Symbia, some people say as well. So the Netheril and Symbia would be like the two answers you get, but most people will tell you that the war's over. We've won. Symbia's it's back under their own control.
And I'll just give you're darn right. Hey.
You also do get a lot of offers to hop on carts for here to there, and hey, you want to hop on the back if there's room, and that kind of stuff.
For 4 giant dragon people. Yeah.
2 people up with the person riding the cart, and 2 people in back. These people are normally going in and out of country roads off the main path, so it's just between 2 points on these on the main roads. But it helps out, and it's it helps you keep going longer. They're not going any faster than walking, and these are draft horses pulling carts or oxen and things like that. So it's slow, but you're not walking.
For break for
And that's pretty much what you see. There's not a whole lot of you do encounter one purple dragon knight patrol. They're pretty damn regal coming down. They're white horses, barding, full plate armor,
Do they wear
riding up
armor?
and down. No, it's silver armor, but all their heraldry is purple and gold. So their helms have the flared wings.
Ooh.
You get to whip out your charters because your weapons aren't peace bound.
That's right. Check it. Skills of justice. Impressed. Fortune. We all have our own version of this.
Yours is scratched out. It says justice.
We should have been the scales. The scales of what? Fortune. Justice.
Yeah. Perseverance.
Divinity. Pie. Thanks, Iasa. By the end of your first night, you get to a way inn. Basically, these little inns that are just along the roads, about 1 day's journey, apart from every day. They have a yard, a wall, and all that kind of stuff, and you just stay in one of those. And that's pretty much what you're doing for 5 days.
Okay.
Just travel, talk to people, see beautiful locations, old stonework, bridges over rivers, and castles off in the distance with little hamlets around them and such.
These humans seem quite nice compared to what stories I've heard. Much better, much nicer than the ones in the sea.
Well, we rode their enemies' boats.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. Hi, Bandy. What do you think? These are such nice humans, huh?
Nice humans.
Nice humans. We're not going to burninate these peasants.
There's no one fucked up on the roads, lost their fireworks or anything.
No
No.
one lost their
The screams of terror. Oh my God! Goblins kidnapped my daughter.
Oh,
We
God.
need adventurers. Too sweet.
I love you're the trader from Arkansas on the Sword Coast.
Yeah.
They done took my daughter. What you gonna go
Take
down there and
them,
find
ate
them?
my baby.
You guys want some of this magical skeeter spray?
Magical mosquito spray. I would love some magical mosquito spray. Mosquitoes have been crazy.
Good thing you're scaled.
They get right in between them, though.
They crawl under your skin.
Yeah, especially the sparse ones around your.
I'm one of those
face,
people. Mosquitoes don't bite me.
On the 4th day, make me
4 days later.
perception checks.
Oh boy, here it goes. Oh, I'm on it. Rofrost is.
Oh, that's not bad.
He's seeing the sights. He's kind of like, wow, I thought everything would be terrible out here. He's looking at everything with his 21 perception.
14.
Total of 18.
He's not even worried about it. It's almost like oh, this is
So, as I said, the countryside's beautiful. You're seeing a lot of people. You're pretty acclimated to the local wildlife that you've seen here and there. Some boars on the forest line, or some deer and elk. You've seen birds of all different types. As you're heading out on the fourth day, and you wake up. You're heading out on the fourth day, and you're on the road. There's some mountainous terrain nearby. Like I said, you've seen mountains in the distance, down canyons or down fields, and over here and there. But off the side of a mountain, to the west, you see this thing, a shadow. It has to be pretty large for how far you're seeing it out, how far that mountain must be. But something flies off the mountain and is like heading across the horizon to you.
Well, that's gonna.
We should have got some of that mosquito spray.
It's gonna be. Mosquitoes are pretty big out here. At that, so Real Frost has been kind of just like, oh, this is great. On that though, you kind of like, you know, it kind of sinks a bit, and we never asked any of the people at the port about that dragon.
You did ask around about. You asked Drass about dragons.
Mm.
It's an ominous portent, but it's not in our way.
Mm-hmm.
I'd suggest we press on.
Well, of course, but I'm reminded that if we are at the play of divine encouragements from strangers of strange origins, that we should.
My message said nothing about picking a fight with a big red dragon, so let's continue on.
Well, the only thing that I truly respect to this Baphomet is his reputation of fighting these big red things, isn't he? Tiamats and all that, wrestling down the evil dragons, and what, for goodness, for justice? This is a pilgrimage, and perhaps there's other people on it, and not all of them for the same reasons. I can keep going.
Yeah.
We know. We all know.
Sorry.
Right. So you carry on?
Yeah.
On our wayward selves.
On your wayward selves. You're getting off into some countryside. Like, this is pretty rustic. Outside of Stoneport, there was you didn't go at any point without seeing someone on the road. Every day after that, it's less and less people on the road. And now you're 4 days out, and you've seen one person this entire day, and it was in the morning. They kind of set off in the opposite direction of you when you were setting off. So you're getting off into the countryside, the rural communities. There's not a big population center near here, so not a whole lot of things going on the road. You get to about mid-afternoon, and you see ahead of you a cart looks like it's been drug off the road. You can see pieces of debris and supplies even strewn about from where the road is down the side to where the cart is now resting. So it looks like it's been knocked off, or it fell off the road. I mean, it's not steep or anything, but it looks like it's been thrown off the road.
Someone asleep at the reins.
He was drunk. So this cart is overturned. All of its contents have been strewn from the road to where it is now resting off the road. There's woods just off the road on either side of you, and you see that you're kind of going up and over to where it's going to open up into a nice, probably a basin or a valley. But right now, you've got only about 70 to 80 feet of clear land next to the roads, and there's forest. And this cart has been dragged almost all the way to the forest edge.
I want to sneak in to where it is into the woods and look around, see if whoever got it is still there.
So you're heading over the woods.
Are you checking it out?
I'll check it out.
Should I go with you?
No.
You
have
All right, well,
a heavy step.
we'll fight well.
I hope not to fight at all.
So, what are the rest of you guys doing while he runs off into the woods?
I'm gonna give my hammer out and stick close to the priest. I look to you, Yasa. Do you have any sorceries to help our sailor?
Nope.
Oh, well, I'm glad we brought you with us. I don't.
I'm sneaky enough. I don't need a lot of help.
She does put her mage armor on though.
Yeah. Oh, good. You do that to me too.
No.
Oh. It just looks useful. This is magic brew.
She could do it to you, but she doesn't want to waste the spell.
Oh, she's got spell slots to worry about. Oh, the pressing economy
I
of magic.
could, but I don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
I just like that it was the pilgrimage of one word. Do you have any spells? No. Can you help me with that? No.
She could, but it wouldn't work on you because you have
No.
armor on.
Why? Oh, did she say that? Yeah.
No.
No, I know that. So Rofrost does
What
it.
about you?
Alright, so you guys, what are the rest of you doing? You're protecting him? What do you
So
do?
it's just a cart or whatever that's been.
I'd probably skinny that I've seen stuff like this because they don't know anything about humans. I would say that this looks like an ambush. Either they got ambushed or they've left this cart here so that we investigate and get ambushed. So I'm actually going to skirt it and go into the woods and look around.
Okay.
After he's gone, I looked at Saffroth and just,
Well,
ambush who? There's a damn soul out
I
here.
guess after you tell us that, I would probably.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be just like, I'm gonna go check it out. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, we just
Later.
nod.
Yeah.
He's gone and like, so this asshole.
I'm the guy. You guys stay here.
You guys are here. There's a road. This cart has been like, here's debris and all that stuff, and it's all the way on the side near the forest line. So,
I'll go ahead and shield of faith myself then. Especially if I saw Ayasa mage armor up.
you can't not see it. She's really bright when she has it
The
on.
cart's been ruined for like 3 weeks. There's nobody here. Everyone's armored. I look and I find nothing.
So you walk in, continuing to walk forward, or are you staying back while he goes in the forest?
Staying. So like we're way back here.
He's now in the woods somewhere.
Like move up very slowly, like cautiously. Like I
And
kind
you're
of.
staying on the road,
Yeah.
looking around.
Yeah, I don't want to like beat him to this spot. I kind of want to hopefully have him come back before we reach that
He won't
spot.
beat me. I'm very fast.
So that's what I mean by cautiously.
Need you to make investigation checks as you go up. So you make a stealth check as you hit the forest.
Oh, it's only 20.
Only 20?
Is that investigation?
Correct.
15?
Yeah, Sherlock. Oh, I was say Sherlock Gnome, but you're not a fucking gnome anymore. I've been saving that too. I saved it too long.
You saved it too long. Now it is irrelevant. So you stealth in there and you're making your way up, and so you're in the tree line so you can still see out to where like the cart is, but you're also looking to find if there's someone laying in ambush here. As you make your way forward, you smell something. It smells like
Potatoes.
burnt meat, but also raw meat or viscera.
Guts of daddle. Can I tell where it's coming from? Is it in front
Somewhere
of me?
ahead of you.
It's somewhere ahead of me.
In the forest away, or in the forest a bit off the tree line.
I want to message. Am I too far away to message?
What's the range of it?
120 feet.
That's fine.
All right. I'm gonna message him that what I just saw and smell.
Smell.
Hey, it looks like something happened here. This isn't. This is what I thought it was.
So, out here, you notice that, like, pretty much starting at the road where the debris starts, there's a gouge in the earth. And then there's another gouge in the earth in front of where the cart is rested. And then, of course, there's like kind of gouges where like the cart was tumbled off.
Also, how unsettling just to be like, it's what I thought it was.
What the fuck? Jesus. Where the hell?
God. I hate when Zero Next does that.
So,
What are you
are you trying to go towards the source of the smell?
wearing? It sounds a silly way to say it, but I'd like to continue going around that now. Like, not head straight towards it, but keep going a little deeper.
Into the deeper into the woods?
Just a little bit so that I don't approach directly. I don't want to get too far away from my companions, but I don't want to walk right in on the damage.
I don't need to be that guy. It's the size of these gouges, like the big ones that you pointed out. Like.
They're like trenches furrowed in the earth. They're about this wide and about that deep, kind of wedge shaped, and it looks like there's two that'll be next to each other for a bit. And they come in and out. So like one appears, another appears.
Obviously, like.
And then there seems to be other smaller gouges and some wider gouges, or just like scraped earth.
Honestly, not like deep enough to be like actual trenches that people were like
hiding in.
or nothing, unless these people were this big.
Right. So you see something. You see a blackness like on the ground, and there's a mound of something, and you're skirting through the trees, but you haven't moved up close enough to see what it really is. But you've gone deeper into the woods now, and you're going around this black spot on the ground and the mound that's on it.
There's no people or evidence. There's no tracks, anything like that. No.
Nothing. Not unless you want to go up and look at what this black spot is.
I better.
Okay. So you come up to it. Make me a perception check.
18.
Okay. 18. You see that this is not the only black spot. There is a second black spot. It's about like so.
Oh boy.
There's like one here and like one further away in the woods. When you come up to it, the entire ground has been blackened and charred. The grass is burnt. Whatever trees were nearby have burning on it. And there's what's left of a horse. It looks like it was burnt and then eaten. And that's probably what that other mound over there is.
So the black spot is a half of a horse.
Part of a horse.
But there's no creatures nearby. There's no evidence of what did this.
Not that you see at these two spots.
Earlier, after he messaged me, I probably would have told Rolfris over here, "Hey, be on your guard."
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, on it.
things might get hairy.
Sounds like they're getting scaly, if you ask me.
I mean, I'm hearing for an ambush, and I don't see anything.
So there seems that there might be something. You're hearing something, or like these seem pretty fresh. Like it's fresh burned. Like there's still some smoke coming off some of these carcasses. But like as you're investigating them, you hear like some creaking in the trees and some leaves kind of come down. And it's over by the second. The second
Well,
horse
come back,
corpse.
but I think we've found what we're looking for. I want a motion for them to join me in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to? I mean, it's a cantrip. Can I message again?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll wait for him to come back, but yeah.
You investigating just the one or the other one?
I'm going to have everybody else come in with me before we go to a second one, especially if I'm hearing stuff in the woods and things like that. Oh, yeah. Nobody needs them anymore.
Except for inspiration.
Inspiration.
So I'm hearing things in the woods as I look around, so I was messaging you to bring the rest of the guys into the woods with me so we can investigate safely.
Okay.
So you start heading towards the woods. Both of you make perceptions.
Keep my eyes of the skies.
We're still out front here.
Oh, your
though.
perception says you.
I'm looking up. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So we still won't be walking through the rubble or anything. We're just sort of skirt in front of it.
8.
Towards the woods. Be the plan. What is perception? Right?
4,
Yep.
18.
Okay.
Okay, 9. That makes a difference.
9. So as you're walking up, and the cart's like overturned and smashed and all that stuff, you see like a boot coming out from the base of it.
Is this boot connected to the giant that's wearing the boot?
No, it isn't. But as you guys are moving outside, the boot kind of like pulls in underneath the cart.
What? Oh, he sees that?
Just a boot. Normal size boot. Man boot.
Human size.
Some kind of man
Did you go
boot.
to a strip club today? Got some glitter on you.
I splash water on my face.
Some shininess to you.
It's actually where I ran after I got off work. It's like, you know what? I only made $22 a night. Let's go spin on the strip club real quick. I'm right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
That was Monday. I made $66 in credit card.
Candy
tips
could
for that
use
fucking
this.
6.5 hours.
Candy's trying to get through college.
Bless her heart. Good old Candy.
Good luck.
Well, it seemed that I would make gestures to Rofrus, who would hopefully understand them. Mayasa too. I don't know if she will, but it's just like, military type.
Military
Oh, yeah,
sees
yeah.
movement underneath the cart.
Well, we'll get some divine favor going on.
How long does that last?
A minute?
Sure you want to do that outside of combat?
It's constant. Oh, concentrated, but only up to a minute.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Does anything last longer than a minute?
Shield of Faith?
Shield of Faith. Yeah.
Last what? An
Up
hour?
to 10 minutes.
Up to 10 minutes.
Which is still probably plenty of time.
Nah, just get my hand ready.
Okay. What you doing?
Besides letting them know that I saw this.
Yes. After. Is it like that was it for the rest of the game? Like you just want to let him know, and then you're just gonna sit here for the rest of the game?
Have I engaged yet? No. Well, then I can't disengage. So I don't.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
There's nothing
I don't
else
know.
I can do.
I suggest you.
And I nod to that suggestion.
Okay.
Let's move up towards this slowly.
Okay. So you move up towards it slowly.
Alright, let's fucking lift this thing up and see who's underneath there.
You lift it up.
Yeah. I'm gonna...
There's a scream. Ah! There's a guy underneath there
I scream at him.
holding his arm. He's ah! Ah!
I crush him with the cup.
Put the car back down abruptly.
Bearded older fella, and he's just losing his shit at the sight of you.
Mm-hmm.
Especially lifting up the cart.
Sir, calm down. We mean you no harm.
You ate my horses!
So you ate my horse?
Yeah. There's a large rustling in the trees next to the second mound.
What is this guy? Is this person armed? Is it like a...
He's
What's he wearing? What's he
has
wearing?
arms, so he's
flannel.
Flannel. I tip the darn card over. Look at the boat. You, come on!
Like he's right at your feet.
With the rustling.
Oh, okay. So if that's the way it's going to be, the greater flame drake comes out of the forest.
No. I was like...
Yeah, a red dragon-looking creature, like 30 foot from nose to tail, jumps out of the trees, slams down next to the cart, and just opens up with fire on all of you.
No.
Except me, I'm in the forest.
You're in the forest. Yeah.
Shit.
Well, at least listen to me.
What trees was this thing in?
It was.
Where
It
is
was
he?
I was a little
Where
farther
is
up
he?
than I was.
Okay. You guys are next to the cart now?
I'm next to the.
He's over here by this.
Yeah.
And you guys are all next to the cart now.
So this thing is coming from here. We're here. And
Yeah.
Zero next
Well,
to it.
it is here now. As it just leaped out.
Oh, no.
I wasn't done investigating.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
If you'd have just looked underneath the cart, you could have talked to the guy instead of like making a whole bunch of noise and throwing carts around and yelling.
Witch, I don't know.
Live and learn. It's
Ruby slippers and shit.
Everyone
It's a
who's getting
Dungeons
hit by fire makes a dexterity 15.
Oh no! What about the
saving
guy? What about
throw. Yeah,
the guy?
he's getting toasted.
Can I intervene? Like, is it?
You want to try?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I was gonna
He's
attempt
just-
to
he's just
talk to
a-
him, but
He's wearing flammable, flammable
He's
flannel.
flammable.
Dex checks. Dex saves.
Oh!
Hey, that's okay.
All right, Dex.
Yep.
Oh.
Well,
I
still a good roll.
a 14.
Hand me those green dice.
Hey,
How many
natural
dice do you
20, baby.
Oh,
How many? More.
Oh, more.
Oh no.
That's all of them.
I'm feeling okay.
What? Don't look at me like that.
That's a very large dice pool for a D&D game.
You take 28 damage.
What?
You and Ayasa take 14.
So much for my natural 20 meaning anything.
It is. You took half damage.
So did Ayasa, though.
Yeah,
rolled
she got
another
she got a 18.
What was your,
She
what was
passed.
your dex save?
14.
Oh,
Criticals don't help you when saves. Alright,
Holy moly!
so
This thing's a
Oh, you're fine.
beast. How big is this thing?
30 feet long.
Oh no!
You're fine.
Wait, you just took how much damage?
I took a lot. 28 damage.
I took 14.
Yes.
I took a lot more.
You're like
You
almost
got
dead.
7 left. You're good. We're fine. Don't worry.
I go.
Everyone's fine. Yeah.
This is pretty much what you wanted, Robert. Like you kept saying you wanted to go off and fight this dragon thing. So
That's right.
there you go.
I'm not daunted over here. I'm just burning.
Daunted.
So you got over this guy and took the
Did
full
I?
force of this.
Oh yeah.
He's singed and gets up and starts running. Let's do some initiatives then.
Okay. Whew. He lived though. Huh? Well,
You took a full force hit. I'll let him live.
4. I'm
What'd you get?
a bit.
7.
10.
4. A little distracted with being on fire.
Roll for us. What'd you
4.
get? 4.
Oh, I thought you went
This
first.
is zero next.
I'm first still?
I'm asking your initiative.
Oh, sorry, 10. Sorry. We'd all said it out loud. I thought
Yeah.
you heard it. Sorry.
Don't. So when I ask for initiative, I'm writing the initiative
Gotcha,
counter.
gotcha.
So
Sorry.
until I call out.
Right on.
Sevroth.
7.
All right.
We're gonna get flame blasted again.
Let's see. No, you are not getting flame blasted.
Hey!
Pretty much fucked.
It's going to be Ayasa that's first, right?
No, she got a 4.
Wow. I rolled a 10 and I'm still first.
All right. It steps forward and just takes a swipe at you.
Yeah? Bring it.
Ooh, I don't think that's gonna work.
Come on! Come on!
12 does not hit.
No, it does not.
So,
All
all right. Now it's like
I admire
everybody
your
else.
gusto.
Savroth,
your worst.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
you're up. No, Zernak, sorry.
What are the chances for me to put this thing to sleep? Has it got too many hit points for me to effectively sleep it?
I mean, I
It's-
can't.
It's like, so you do like what? Like
What's
8d8?
It's 5d8.
5d8?
And that's
You'd
the
have to
number of
roll
hit points.
really good.
Um,
This thing's a big creature.
Yeah.
Probably has quite a bit of health. If we winking it down a bit, that ups your chances.
All right.
Also, what does it say that it affects?
The spell sends creatures to measure. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures the spell can affect.
Okay. There are some creatures that are immune to charm
Yeah.
sleeps and all that kind of stuff. Also, yeah.
We would.
it's-
I currently have lower health than this thing, so I think it would hit me first before.
That's fine.
Yeah, you would put everyone else to sleep before it hit this thing.
That's a good spell.
Because it affects the lowest hit points
I
first.
say if we get a couple whacks on this thing.
All right.
This
I'll shoot a secret arrow at it. It's not aware of my existence yet, is it? No. So this will be a stealth
Sneak
attack. Sneak attack.
what is 5 times 8? 40. This thing's got to have more than 40 health.
I'm not gonna roll a natural 40 anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
So 23.
That'll hit.
So I need some
Find a
sixes
secret arrow?
back.
Oh, yep.
That's right. No, I
I
got
mean,
just the 2 extra.
I need to keep these 10 over here just in case it regenerates its fire breath.
Does this thing have wings? No, you said it does have wings? Yeah. Oh, I thought. Is this look like the thing we saw at sea?
Uh-huh.
Terrible.
So
It's a lot
12.
smaller than you thought it was at sea, but you didn't have any relation.
Mhm.
It's like you could have
Sure.
thought it'd been huge further away,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
smaller
yeah.
closer up. But yeah, it looks like a dragon. It's a 30-foot long dragon.
It breathes fire like it.
Breathes fire.
freaking
It's
dragon,
red,
that's for sure.
gleaming red scales. Redder, like these are really red, like
Really?
shiny red.
12 damage.
Is that with the sneak attack?
Yes. Yeah, my bow doesn't normally do 12 damage.
And you rolled the normal damage with it, right?
Yeah, I rolled 3 d6s because it's 1d6 plus the 2d6 for sneak attack. I added it plus the 3 piercing, so it should be
And the +1 for your bow.
no. So 13 then. +1 for bow.
You have it's a +1 bow. It should have it on there.
It doesn't unless it's just added to part of the piercing damage as the 3.
Did you rename it on your?
No,
Oh no,
this is-
that doesn't have it.
It's
yeah,
on
yeah.
the-
I don't have it on my.
It's on your.
It's
Yeah,
on D&D
yeah.
Beyond. It's not
Yep.
on our sheets.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Cool.
All right. So
There's no copper slap on here.
Yeah.
copper slab.
So
Now
guessing.
Sephiroth.
What's the copper slap?
Yeah, he looks horrible. He looks completely
It
sick.
has Cure wounds at a 2nd level.
Okay.
Don't waste that on him.
And you're moving up behind him and touching him.
You just don't
Okay.
jump on
So
people.
that's 2d8 plus 4 plus another 4 because of my domain, right?
5, isn't it? It's
Uh,
the level of the spell
2
you're
plus
casting.
the spell's level.
Okay, so 4. Yeah.
So basically 2d8 plus 8.
Nice. You're about to get healed the fuck out of right now.
So
Dang.
10 plus 8.
18.
18
Is this
healing.
18 to me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know that's a pen. Right? You can't
Yeah.
waste that.
But it's a.
Like there's pencils galore around here.
I didn't. Oh, there's one.
Yeah, there's like that mug over there that
There's
has
a
all the
couple of
pencils.
Ah, okay.
Also, that's my favorite pen from work that I think you still.
No, this is pen I stole from my work.
Those crystals are awesome.
Ah, I feel great.
Grab a couple. That way, if you don't have enough dice or enough pencils, you'll have them.
Whoa.
What?
You moved the light.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Is it still good?
It's still bright, but we don't need.
It does pointing right at me now, so
Point it more towards me. A little more.
you can.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, I can.
Yeah. Got it. All right. Alrighty then. We're real pro shop up in here. I do like the red of the
Yeah, it looks
wall, that accent wall. It's a
good.
good choice.
I like the Inquisitor's tome behind us.
Yep. All right.
All right, so I just got. What'd you do? What'd you cast on me?
I cured your wounds.
Blah.
At least a
Cure
lot
light
of them.
Yeah,
No, that was a good bit of them. Holy crap!
Well, let's see. Scorching Ray? Nope. Burning Hands? Nope.
Oh, right,
Firebolt? Nope. I'm guessing she's firing magic missile at this thing.
What are you saying? This thing has some sort of resistance to fire or something?
It's a big red dragon. It's most likely. She's not going to waste a spell finding out.
Yeah.
It breathes
We've
fire.
got it. We're fine.
It also, being next to it, it is hot.
Yeah,
Like, this
is
thing
it?
is radiating heat.
Really?
Probably doesn't enjoy cold.
So yeah, she's you, Rofros and Ayasa both go on 4s, but she's just doing her magic missiles. So
All right.
blast.
Mm-hmm.
And she's backing up back towards the road to get out of any future breath attacks. She does 9 damage.
Sweet. Whenever you guys are ready. This thing's kind of crazy. You want to help out with the fighting.
Had to make sure our front line guy there didn't die.
I am going to invoke heroism.
Okay.
So he's
and
already taunting this thing.
with the verbal components, I am going to taunt this. When I just get my hands, this thing just burned me and tried to slash at me, and I'm going to tell it that Bahamut will witness its vanquishment.
It hisses when you say Bahamut.
And I say it in Draconic. I dragon, not in common.
Okay.
Oh, and I hit it with the 2. But yeah, it gets the idea.
You rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2.
All right.
Well, you don't give us inspirations. What am I supposed to do?
The shitty luck
Do
is
something
like
inspiring.
moving along, so next time yours.
Inspiring everybody all day.
All right. That's back to the top. So
Right.
no, it goes.
Dang it.
Yeah, it goes on 15. You guys all decided to roll.
Just like last session when we all decided to have shitty initiatives.
All right.
I know, right? I think I rolled a 6 or something like that. I'm
It's
like,
going
yeah,
to
that's
bite
+3.
you and claw you.
Ooh, 2 actions.
22, I think, is going to hit you, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Yes. Wait. Yes.
14.
Nope. 14 will not hit me.
Okay.
Nice.
What?
It wouldn't hit me normally, but I do have my Shield of Faith on too.
No,
You
you're
do.
16. Yeah. Crazy. What does your Shield of Faith raise you?
+2.
Dang, you're fucking...
You take 14 damage.
I know I'm not supposed to be anywhere near, but you take 14.
I'm at. I take 14
Yes.
from the bite. It bites me. 14.
I just healed him for 18. Fucking A.
Yeah. Welcome to Healbotdom.
I was about to say, I think you just became our white mage.
All right.
Xeranex.
All right. Was it still considered a sneak attack?
Yeah,
For me? Okay,
it's engaged by other people, so it's not 22.
cool.
Just arrows coming out of the wood line, the tree line.
16, right? Plus, oh, no, 15. Sorry, 15.
That hits.
All right, sweet.
I think it would be
Oh, I will give you
No, that's
inspiration
the damage.
for protecting the dude.
Oh, yeah.
So you gotta ask for that shit.
Hey.
You gotta remind me.
All I gotta ask.
Doesn't our magical weapons give a +1 not only to hit and to damage?
Correct. You have
Yes.
+1 to hit and damage with that bow.
Oh, cool.
I-
Oh, +1 to hit. Oh, so it was a 16 then. Cool. I see what you're saying. +1. Yes. So, fuck yeah. This is 19.
Nice.
I rolled
19.
3 6s plus that fucking 1, man.
Oh.
That arrow went right in the
Oh.
fucking eyeball.
Oh, nice.
Right in the eyeball.
Dave, I gave the wrong name. I meant to cast Divine Favor. Do you care?
Yeah.
Okay.
Divine Favor is still a bonus action, right?
Yeah. Did you just hit 3 6s on the damage there?
Yeah, +1. With a fucking arrow. That's what I'm saying. That thing went right in his
Told
throat.
you. I never said Bahamut with my vanquishing.
So when you start
Just
speaking Draconic,
Yeah.
you did notice that it tilted its head like it,
It hissed at the word Bahamut.
and then you said Bahamut, it hissed at you. I don't know
Ah,
if you heard that.
I heard the hiss, but it. Okay.
All right.
Does Warhammer?
Yeah,
Hand
it's
painted.
that was at the.
Yeah, I had to work my other job on that.
They gave us a pen, so I put I put the Ultramarines because they have the blue and gold.
Mm-hmm.
The Aquila. The Tactical. The Iron Cross. Tactical Cross.
Well, hell, you guys keep me busy. I'll just nail
So,
the diamond.
what I was saying for that, for the Aquila slap is you do this. Put up your... That hand.
It's fun.
No.
Oh,
I'm talking to him.
Oh.
That.
Oh, you do it.
And you make an Aquila.
Yeah.
It's like it's better when you do like when it's between you and someone else because it's
two
like
backhands.
bam.
Yeah. That's right.
When you make an Aquila.
Down, you son of a bitch.
Lightning strikes.
Yeah.
What was that? What was his name?
Dylan, you right?
Dylan,
It's
yeah.
Dylan, yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's not what you said. That's right.
I said
Dylan.
Daryl.
Yeah, Dylan.
That was that you shot. So it is now Savroth.
Roughrus, what's your HP?
Back down.
I'm down 22 out of 35.
So on a scale from 1 to 35, you're feeling like a 22.
No,
He's 13.
no. I'm 20. I'm down 22.
Yeah.
So he's at 13.
He's at 13.
Yeah.
That's
He
what
took-
the
took
answer to
He
my
couldn't
question
take another
was.
hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fire did 22.
I love so
First
in this
28
game
first.
in 5th edition, just to make it easier, if you want to as a GM, they give you the median roll, like the middle roll.
Yeah.
And it just it's like I could just give that to you,
Yeah,
like as
yeah.
damage, and not roll it. Some of these, like these numbers, are crazy.
Yeah, I bet. It's a freaking dragon. I remember last time I fought a dragon in Dungeons and Dragons.
Now you know.
Oh, they're awful. That fire breath was it. It might do that again.
It might. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's why I said you should.
Thanks for reminding me.
Oh yeah, anytime there, pal.
So once they use their breath, every turn they roll, and on a certain roll, they get it back.
Gotcha.
So, fun stuff.
You use your breath on it.
I do so much better with my hammer.
I don't know.
If there's
You
a
spent your
crowd,
last- you spent your
if this
last
thing
turn
is backed up by a gang of kobolds, then I'll use my line. But
Yeah, what are you doing, Savroth?
So he's at 13. Let's see, what am I? Oh, God.
Damn it, Robert.
I'm protecting your ass, my prince.
Doesn't
I
seem
mean-
like it today.
Not really. Like, I also got burned. I just was able to jump out of the main burn, and
Well, I did a good deed, okay?
his claw happened not to hit me.
I saved the life of a stranger who probably beats his children. Who knows? But they live to...
You like saved a rapist.
Yeah. We don't know.
I kind of want to say I'm going to do the same thing.
Do it.
Do
I
it.
gotta
Do
keep him
it.
alive.
You just have to do better this turn.
Oh, man. That's a dragon. That's a dragon.
So good. Yeah, 9
Oh, my
plus 8,
goodness.
so 17, right?
Yeah,
17?
Fuck,
Whoa.
yeah, this is some powerful healing you got here.
That is crazy.
He is life spec, so
Fuck,
Yeah.
that'll
Life
be the
spec.
last time I'm able to do it because I've now used all my second level spell slots.
I pulled up some imagery for the Cormyrian like countryside.
Oh, that's pretty. Where's the flaming death part of it?
Oh, it's right.
Right there.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I'm a few feet into the woods. Like it's
Yeah.
pretty in here still.
I'm like going over old bridges,
Oh, that's cool.
stoneworks. So, all right. So Savroth heals fours, Rofus and you. She's going to cast magic missile as a second level.
Okay.
Were those pictures Austrian?
German.
German. Yeah.
What'd you do last time on Magic Missile?
9.
I just missed.
She did 14 this time.
At least we're fucking hurt. We're giving it what for?
What? Did you want to shake hands? Oh, you just want to keep looking at me, you weirdo.
Yeah, she does. Want to just
like
keep licking you.
moss.
No.
That's like she doesn't really like being pet,
Yeah.
and then like she'll just lick,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like,
Yeah, just
Back
keep
up
doing
to 30
it.
life.
There you go. Yeah, you just want to lick. You didn't want to lick, don't you?
Yes. Yes.
What?
We were figuring
Backing
out.
up to third.
Yeah.
All right, what are you doing?
I'm
with
going
heroism?
to. I got
Or
my
striking with
define.
divine
I am
fate?
going to smack it with a... Well, I'm going to see if I hit it. And then if I do, I'm going to add a nice
What
little...
are you hitting with Thunderous Smite?
I'm going to hit it with my hammer. How's
So
this?
it's a bonus action.
Yeah, it's a bonus
Yeah,
action.
you have to cast it.
Okay.
So you cast it, and your next hit within
Right.
the duration, which is how long?
A minute if I concentrate on it.
Doesn't one of your other spells require concentration?
Well, I had Divine Favor, and that's a concentration. So
Yeah.
can I... If I don't concentrate on it, I can't...
You can't get them both, apparently.
I can't... Oh.
That's what we found out with him as well. Like, there's a lot of concentration spells.
Yeah. Oh, so I can't... I thought concentration was just like a choice. Like, I can keep it on for...
And the moment you
We
don't
wouldn't be
concentrate,
able
you
to
lose it.
concentrate on your armor and on your
Why
Thunderous
don't you use
Strike.
another concentration?
Alright, well...
So,
You hit it
You
right
That's
cancel
away.
out your first.
Or
Well...
drop your Divine Favor.
Dang.
you still can channel spell slots into the
Yeah,
attack
that's true.
with smite.
No, I'll drop it. And this is... There's only the next hit, though. It's what a waste of a spell.
You can switch it out when you level, if you want to get rid of it.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm talking about spell. Anyway, I'm going to hit it with my hammer.
Okay.
Ah!
That's not good.
And I'm going to use my... It's really shit.
Alright.
Golly. Come on, hammer. It's hammer time.
Oh.
Wow. No.
New dice.
Dang. 7 and 4. Plus 6. I don't think a 13 is going to hit a dragon. Nope.
The lowest number you've rolled that has hit it is 15.
What's-
Alright. So that's back to the top of the order.
Me?
No.
Dragon.
The Drake. Alright.
Dragon rolled a 4. It's 4 to 15. Never mind.
It has a 15. Everyone else has 10 and
It's
lower.
just Hayasa and Wileyverse that enforce.
Yeah. So again, bite on you, just claw on you. Misses you. Wait. Never mind. Other way around. Hits you, misses you.
Good.
You're so biteable.
You're so
Yeah.
biteable.
You're just a big fluffy potato.
Oh, man, I can't believe I'm missing this guy.
15.
Oh!
It's alright. Now you're down to
Got a 15.
yeah, 15. You're still alive. You're doing
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
alright.
You're doing great!
Yeah,
Oh,
wonderful.
I feel great!
God, what a nasty
Oh,
thing.
hold
I'll
on.
give you the thumbs up from the wood.
No wonder I can't hit it. It's just tearing me to pieces.
Aw, fuck that.
I'm just like, I'm dying. Oh!
Give me its breath back. Just give me its breath back.
Oh,
So our strategy for this fight is let Robert take the beating. I'll keep healing him, and you and Ayasa have to do all the damage.
Yep.
This
Okay.
This
This is great. This is
We got a
great.
tank, a healer, and 2 DPS.
Yeah.
We're
Tank
good.
healer to be. You're
This
fine.
is solid. This
Yep.
is exactly what
Is
you
there next?
imagined.
I love that I'm the damage dealer right now for some
You
reason.
and
All right.
Yasa.
I'm pushing my luck, but we're gonna do the same thing.
What else would you be?
The plucky comic relief.
Would you like to
So
step in front, take the
that's
hits?
20 then. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that hits. Not a natural 20.
No. But still. That's what I get. 7. 8. Sorry, 8.
So
Pelting with arrows.
into its side.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. That 19 went in pretty deep.
yeah. Savroth. More cure light wounds.
This is like
Seriously.
our Rifts episode where we came across a canyon with the Slugorth slaver
Oh yeah.
and a cohort of about 40 slaves
Ooh.
and the cybernetic centaur and something else. Like it was
There was 2 Metzlin
crazy
monstrosities.
2 Metzlins, that's right.
There was the
Jesus Christ.
centaur power armor.
Yeah,
Wow.
we made it rain. Actual rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had her weather control.
Find that out yet.
My lord.
Yeah, let's cure my homeboy over here.
Again.
I'm so sorry.
Except now that's only 3 plus 8, so it's only 11.
I'll take it.
Yeah, right. That's still fucking good.
That's awesome. I'm only down
Only
by
plus
9
3
now.
from your life because it's cast at first level.
That's right.
Oh,
so
6.
10.
10.
Oh,
10.
Sorry.
so I was at 10. I was down.
That was a roll plus 7.
You healed me 10?
Yes.
I was down 15, so now down 5. Okay.
Back up to 30. You continue to fight.
Oh boy.
Aren't you back up to 25?
I was at 15, you healed me 10.
So you're
So
you were
20.
at 15?
Yeah.
Like 15 hit points left?
Yeah.
So now you're at 25.
Okay. I'll take it. Oh no, I was down 15. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah. I'm
now
sorry.
you're only down 5.
Right.
What did it just hit you for, though?
It
15.
just hit him for 50.
I was down 5.
Oh, you was at 30.
Yeah,
15,
yeah.
So yes,
Okay.
you're at 25 then.
Thank you. So yeah, I am down to 5. I need to pick a. I usually do it the other way around, which I should do it, but I was doing it with pen, so it seemed easier that way. Anyway,
Your max HP is 35.
yeah.
You should be down a total of 10 right now.
Yeah, so you lost 5. You were down 5. You were at 30, and then it hit you for 15.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And then I was okay.
And
Okay.
you're given 10 back.
So
No, it would be 25.
Yeah.
he's down 10.
He's down 10. Yeah. So
Yeah.
30. Yeah. 25.
Yeah.
25,
Okay,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
so we are doing the math right. We're just.
I'm just gonna write
We keep,
25
see, I was
instead
gonna
of
say,
minus
we
that.
keep telling you what it is, and
25. Okay.
Yeah.
Final answer, 25.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey! Oh my gosh, I am just like glowing. I have all like these these blood spurts out here that keep getting plugged up like a leaking dam.
It's like Fist of the North Star.
Yeah.
Like all these fucking holes just spraying out of you.
Also, after I heal him, I do say in a free action, you should try hitting it before I run out of spells.
Yes, my lord, I'm aware.
Excellent use of a free action.
Before I can't heal
I feel
anymore, I say,
inspired
"Fuck
by the
this."
scolding of the Lord of Gul'dan.
It is your turn. Yes, it is your
Yeah,
turn.
you're darn right. Alright, I am switching to Thunderous Smite. I gotta. If I'm gonna hit it only once, I'm gonna hit it hard. Use this dice. Get my hammer. I'll spit a little lightning on it. And poof, come on. That's better.
That's much
15
better.
plus 6.
Finally.
All right. So I hit it, and I'm going to definitely channel my last spell slot into a smite
Okay.
to add the 2d8 to it. So it's going to be 2d6.
2d6, 2d8.
2d6, 2d8, and another 2d6. This will be the pips. The pip dice are going to be the actual hammer dice, which will re-roll on a 1 and 2 damage. Bam! You're right, my lord. I should hit it.
9, 14, 16, 21.
These two re-roll.
That's right. So still it's at 14, so 19.
That's 19 right
19
there.
to start. 19 to start.
Yep. So 19 plus. I don't get to re-roll those. 22 plus 4.
26.
So 26 damage. That's all.
That's a
But-
good hit.
Pow! It does that, and it must succeed a strength saving throw or be knocked 10 feet away and prone.
Okay.
I want to see you knock the dragon back.
Just
10 feet in.
and it makes a cool thundery clappy.
So you're like, oh, you lift that hammer up, breathe your lightning on it, bring it down, like it's coming in for another bite, and you're like, kaboom!
Yeah.
The lightning just snaps out of it, the thunderous roar, it slides back, putting new fresh gouges into the earth, 10 feet, just it shakes its head, it clears its eyes, it looks at you, it rears back up,
Oh no.
and then
Oh.
and it just kind of goes back into the woods and then flies off.
You scared it. We
Damn
had
right.
it. Fuck, we had it.
I yell Bahamut at it. Yeah. And I look around. Yeah, you see. Yeah, you see. Drop my hammer. Where'd that human go? You all right? Is everyone okay?
He ran away a while ago.
Yeah.
Am I okay? My God, that thing bit me.
I think your arm.
You got punctures in your chain,
Yeah,
bites.
Oh, this was such
everything's
nice armor.
blackened and singed.
You look like Nicolas Cage at the end of Wicker Man.
Oh man,
sad and dirty.
that's not okay.
It's not okay.
Is anyone else hurt?
Not me.
I
He got hit. I
I
also
also got
too,
hit
yeah.
as well.
I was the only one. It never even saw me.
Can I just like toss some people on lay? I got 15 HP of lay on hands.
That would heal either Savroth or Ayasa.
Oh, they're both down 15?
14.
14? I'll heal Yasa. She's a mage. You're tough as shit.
Alright.
You almost did 90 damage to it.
90?
As a group?
Yeah,
like
as a group.
Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure it did do 90 damage to me between.
Oh, yeah.
Between heals. Just
That 19 points of damage on an arrow is sexy.
Yeah.
That was a good shot. Damn.
But 90, you were just saying like because we were close to 90.
You were one away from 90. You did 89 damage to it.
Not that like 90 was its max.
No.
That's why I was like,
No.
cool. But what did I like? Does that mean anything?
It's more than the threshold I set before it would be driven off. So that last hit, definitely, he felt that.
Scale. That thing knew. That thing heard us. That thing knew what we were saying. We should probably track that beast.
I think we should continue on our regularly scheduled route.
I think this is the route.
It is, but we don't want to antagonize this thing that almost chewed your head off.
Well, it didn't run. It didn't flee because I thought it was winning.
We know it's hunting grounds. We can always come back.
It's just gonna regain its strength and prey on us when we're separated.
Well, I think we should regain our strength before we take it on again.
Fair.
Fair.
Where's that human?
Verna
He ran.
Okay.
I'm curious, which one of you is the person who's trained as a soldier? Which one of you is a sailor?
Wait, that's what
Just wanted to make sure I knew which.
Which was which?
Soldiers.
say.
Why?
The soldier's like, we should chase the big beast that almost killed us.
You're
The
damn
sailor's like, we should probably rest and regain our strength
Like-
before we try to fight that thing again.
I'm not sure what you're getting at.
Yeah, what are you implying about soldiers and sailors?
I would think it would be the soldier that's been trained in combat that when you're weakened, you don't want to
Well, you guys are fine.
chase a foe that
You
is
guys are
clearly
I think
a
I just have a higher intelligence.
tough match.
Probably.
A lot more.
And probably a higher wisdom too.
Yeah,
I thought.
a
You
lot
do,
more.
yeah.
I'm actually much more traveled.
I'm a proud Dragonborn.
Yeah,
I'm
you're very good.
proud Goldathian warrior.
Your thunder sword was really cool. Or hammer, sorry.
Thunderhammer.
The dragon Mjolnir.
Unexpected Warhammer.
Mm-hmm. Well, now what?
Now we're going to continue on to. Is it
Break
breaking
it
down?
down.
Yeah, I would say we're less than a day away from our actual destination. We just got sidetracked.
Bandolier.
All right.
You just got what
Yes.
you wanted, Rofrus. You wanted to fight that dragon you saw.
Swing
You
that.
fought it.
It was
That's true.
important that we fought that.
You guys, so as you're walking, I also points out that you'll probably have an opportunity to fight that thing again if it's been chasing us since the ocean.
Not sure if it's chasing us. I think we're headed the same direction.
You just said a minute ago that it knew what we were saying and that it was obviously looking for us.
No, it understood us, not
Oh,
looking
oh.
for us. I saw its eyes.
You'll get another chance.
It's not a personal vendetta. This is providence. This is Forget it. Let's move on.
All right. You make your way for about 2 more hours before you crest a small rise, and the hamlet of Braden Downs opens up before you. It is in a nice basin. There's a small lake off to the side. There's several buildings built around there. You see farmland stretching off in the distance.
It's all on fire.
There's trees. It is fairly quaint. Coming towards you are 5 mounted figures. I'd love to describe them all, but you don't see any but one. The one in the lead is in golden armor. It's full plate mail. There is a banner coming off the back of this person. It's got a hanging white banner with the holy symbol of Helm on it.
No.
Which is a helm.
I was like, who's Helm? Oh, just
the god of justice. The god of guardians.
Yeah.
God of guardians.
Yeah.
The vigilant god.
Yeah.
There's a great sword coming off this person's back. She rides up and she has golden hair and gold eyes. Her skin is white, and there is literally a nimbus around her, like a glowing halo.
Jeez, Pete.
She's riding towards you, and there's 4 other people behind her. You're like, but she's all you see. She looks like a living statue.
Right.
I cast sleep to drag her into the woods for myself.
You could have sleep on that dragon as it's flying away.
It was too late. Yeah.
I still don't think you could have gotten its hit points.
Also, I wanted it to leave. Like
Yeah.
when it took off, I'm like, good.
She rides up. She the group behind her stops, and she just continues forward. And as she gets close to you, she does lay on hands at a distance to you, and you are fully healed. Just like this golden.
to him?
Yeah, well, if you have anything left over, she does it to you too. So yes, so she just reaches out her hand,
No one
and
wants
a
to heal but you over here.
golden glow appears, and both of you are fully healed, and you feel the divine energy flow through you. It's like, are you all right?
Better now, thank you.
Seen better days.
I joined the
From
group
what?
from the woods.
Arfa had told us about the plight, or about your plight, that a red drake has ambushed you.
It was hunting these people here. We fended off, but the beast still lives. It flew. Jesses.
We'd seen it for several weeks. Or
Remember
no, for several days. It hasn't been weeks, has it?
No, several days. Yeah.
It's been behind us for several days.
From whom will we receive the blessing of
I am Adra Helmborn.
Idra Helmborn? Do we know who Helm is?
Yes.
Adra Helmborn. It's a very convenient
ADRA.
name.
Like Helm born.
Helm
She was born to be a priest of Helm.
with an E at the end, just to be fancy.
Uh,
Helmborn.
Huh.
Tolan has been awaiting your arrival.
You know Tolan.
Indeed.
I look at Sav. Who knows Tolan? He looks at you.
Ask Skinny that he looks at you.
Do you use
He's
message
looking
to
at
tell
you.
me that?
Also, when she did her lay on hands, your armor cleaned and repaired.
Are you
as
kidding
well.
me? Who is this chick?
Mending and all that stuff happened.
I think you just told us her name is Adra.
Yeah, I know,
wait,
but
no. It's Helmborn with an E.
oh, I didn't
Helmborn.
hear the E thing. Okay,
That's-
well, I'll
that's
change
T-O-R-N-E.
this.
Yeah. Adra Helmborn. She turns and escorts your group. Actually, she dismounts, takes her back banner off and puts it with the horse, and has the people that rode with her take the horse off, and she'll walk with you back into town.
I was gonna say like, oh, I should get my back banner up, and then she just took hers off, and I'm gonna put mine on. Like, that's right. Now it's I have a back banner. I'm glad I wasn't wearing it when the dragon burned me.
And pick you up like a popsicle and eat you.
Yeah.
All right. So you are walking, and you see that, like, pretty much off on this rise, off to the side, away from the rest of the town. It's about a 30-minute walk to this place. Is a tower. It's kind of sitting up on a rise, up on a little hill, and you got about, again, I guess 30 minutes to talk with Adra if you want.
I got us here. You're the ones that need to get information from her.
Who'd she say told her about our
Tondra?
Arfa.
Arfa?
Yeah, Arfa.
Sorry, that name's making me laugh.
It should.
Arfa.
Arfa, son of Barco.
Well, I'll ask her. Have you seen a drake like this around these parts before recently?
We have not. We have, Tolan and I had pretty much driven out the wearers of purple and the machinations of the dragon cult long ago.
Dragon cult.
Are you a knight of Cormyr?
I was a priest of Cormyr. Now I'm a champion of Helm.
Would I know who Helm is?
Yes. Okay. Helm was the god of vigilance and guardians, and
I just want to make sure.
just wipe the slobber onto him. Oh, Bandy.
Just want to make sure I don't need to ask that.
No, you don't. There's some of the big gods you don't need to ask anything about. Helm, Torm.
What are you doing here then? Are you in league with Tolan?
I am. I have been adventuring. Well, I adventured by Tolan's side at the very beginning, and I continue to adventure in his name now.
You got a big name if you can go adventuring. Hey.
I was not expecting Tolan to be expecting us. Do you know anything about this, Muggle?
I say we did not send him any message or anything that we were coming, did we?
Yasa did not tell you that he's a diviner. She's like, I mentioned it several times. They just don't listen to me.
Who said that?
I was going to say the same thing. Shh, Yasa, no one is talking to you.
Sure, Yasa.
I'll get some water real quick. You just keep on talking to the glowing elves.
I love we finally have a part where talking needs to happen, and you leave. You'll talk to anything and everything. You'll talk to a tree stump for an hour, but now you don't want to.
I'm going to keep on talking. I'm not going to give these guys a chance to say anything.
Well, why don't we take a quick break? No,
Yeah.
real quick, yeah.
Quick break. Where is it? Messages. No. Bing.
Why is it a different color than the red?
Yeah, I need to change that. Oh. We'll be right back.
I don't know what you're going to say under your talking when you're describing Adra as is this a life forged or not?
Yeah, but it looks human.
White skin with gold hair and gold eyes. Hey, wait a minute. You must be Arfa, aren't you?
Arfa.
Arfa.
There we go. So, as the clarification states, for great weapon fighting, it is only the damage dice of the weapon itself.
Yeah.
But that also will include critical when you double the dice. So, because those are still the weapons dice. But anything else, any other spells and add-ons and all that.
I only reroll the hammers.
Oh, that's fine. It was still a resounding hit.
I don't know. I just want to crit with his hammer so bad.
Could fail. Could fail.
I know. I've pet this dog too much. My dog allergies are kicking in.
Alright, so.
I think there's some. Oh no, I really bad.
I have some if you want.
Do you? Oh, it's okay. I'm fine. It's only mine.
Alright. Alrighty then. So 30-minute walk with Adra, the chosen or the champion of Helm, towards this tower up on the hill.
What do you know? It's like we just as you know, we were not expecting to be expected. How do you know of us? What do you know of us?
I just know that I was to expect you.
Yeah.
I have just recently returned with Tolan.
From what?
Sigil.
Sigil.
Also, you spoke of a dragon cult.
The Dragon Cult. The Wearers of Purple.
Are they prevalent in this area? Is that why the dragon has come back?
They used to be, until we kicked them out.
You think that the dragon could be in connection with their return?
It is quite possible, and it might be that whatever providence has brought you here might be entwined with the Dragon Cult.
Seem to.
It seems that anything that has to do with Tolan inexorably entwines back to dealing with dragons.
Really? It did seem to have coiled the name Platinum Lord. Well, why are your eyes glowing?
They're golden, not glowing.
Oh.
This she does have a glowing halo around her.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of straightforward about it, but like, you know.
What's up with your head?
I mean, yeah, like.
You may not be accustomed to dealing with my kind. I'm an Asimar.
What?
An Asimar. A divine touched.
I kind of like. Did she?
Yeah,
did I have that right?
yeah.
Okay. She.
The same
Divine touch. Yo, you mean like the Lord? Savroth. He's been touched by Bahamut.
I'm sure he has.
So it's just in school.
Aasimar.
The angel people.
Mm-hmm. Like the Tieflings are demon people, Asimar are angel people.
I know I've read it before in the thing, but I couldn't remember the spot.
All right. So you arrive at the tower. It is a old, like 9-10 story tall wizard's tower.
Big tower.
It has, like, you go up the hill. It has fortifications and things around it, but most of them are open. Stables outside. This and that. You walk up, and she says, Ayasa just starts heading towards the front door, and Adra just says, he should be expecting you, though it may not seem that way.
Right. Diviner. Okay, well, thank you. There's a human running around here somewhere. He was survived the attack.
That was Arfa. Yeah. He told us.
Arfa. Oh, we did talk about Arfa.
Oh, that was Arfa.
Yeah. He ran to town and told them that's why they were riding out to come get you.
See, got that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess no one else tied all that together.
Yeah. We're good at this game.
So good. So good at this game.
Well,
We go up the tower.
Her name's Adra. His name was Arfa. I thought he was one of her
I was trying to think like
fellow brethren, and I was like,
ship?
her fellow brother want to be wearing flannel underneath a
He's not really wearing
turnover
flannel.
cart.
He's a
He's
farmer.
got a Canadian tuxedo on, like blue jeans.
Denim jacket. And,
Yeah.
so you guys heading in? Well, Yasa's opening the door and heading in.
Well, it was good
I
enough for
would do
you.
one of these to Adra before we go in.
You're doing it. You're doing the thing.
He's getting better.
Does it? I watch to see if like you glow after you stop touching. Like, does it transfer? Is it contagious?
Nope.
You can take a puddle of water your eyes.
Yeah.
Same old boring eyes.
Yeah. Up the tower.
Adra's an interesting person. She started out as a human priest and ended up as an Aasimar paladin. Literally reforged by Helm and sent back to the realms.
Did she tell us that?
No. But you weren't asking, so I thought I'd throw that little aside in there. How cool of a character Adra is.
Yeah.
She's so
That's what I was
badass.
gonna ask. Like, did you used to be a different race before this?
You head in, and there's a small entry chamber as you go into this building in the tower, into the tower. Small entry chamber. There's a couple chairs, a couple things like that. There's artwork on the walls. There's some sconces that are coming out of the walls, and on the ends of them, there's no torches in here. They're just like rods, and on the ends are like they're brass capped, and all the brass is glowing.
Neat.
After the small entryway, there's stairways left and right that circle up, and they go at different heights, so they go around. But that's not the most impressive feature. The most impressive feature is the massive orrery in here that is just floating in the air of the cosmos.
I'm sorry, an orrery?
Orrery. It's a...
Like A-U-R orrery?
They're like an astronomical map,
Yes.
more or less.
Remember, did you ever see Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
Agra, that thing she had
Oh,
with all
yeah.
the planets and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those, but it's for the cosmos of D&D, and it's floating in the main central part of the tower. So there's all these things floating in the air, orbs, sections of planes, and all that kind of stuff. It's just all up there and underneath you, and there's like this massive dark blue carpet on the ground that, like, where the things are, the lights, anything that's floating has a light coming down. When it hits the carpet, it makes like a circle, and it has writing around it. So you can see all of the cosmos there on the ground. Strewn out throughout the rest of the chamber are tables and chairs and couches and desks and dressers and armoires, and everything is covered in stuff. There is stuff everywhere. Papers, books, staves. This, like, if you were still Issarak, you would have been
distracted.
totally trying to steal everything from here. There's artwork on the walls. There's pedestals with artwork or not art, but sculptures and items and things like that might be of importance. On the far side of the orrery is a figure hunched over a chest of drawers, and he's rummaging through it, and this and that. I'm gonna head around the orrery, or are you gonna walk over the black carpet?
Was it black or blue?
Blue, dark blue, really dark blue, almost black.
I'm just like, oh.
What's Ayasa doing?
Holy moly.
Ayasa's looking at the orrery, just kind of walking around.
Not standing on the dark blue carpet.
She's not staying on the dark blue carpet.
I'll step on it without thinking. I won't make a deal of it, and it'll just happen. Like,
I'll walk around the
so I'm
orrery.
just kind of like
You're gonna walk
approaching.
underneath the orrery, or through the orrery, or around the orrery.
Around.
Okay.
Let's go.
Whatever Rolfros is doing, I'm not doing that.
So as you walk around,
A wise decision, my lord.
you're late. You should have been here a week ago. Maybe they wouldn't have got the chalice then. Maybe all of this would have been fine. Maybe. Oh, sorry, wrong person. You're just on time. This man looks up. He has got lines in his face like aged wood. Very old, but he stands up straight. He still seems to have all his strength about him, and his eyes are gray, and not a bit of fog has touched them, though they do seem to unfocus every once in a while here and there. He has gray hair, a beard coming down, and gray, like a full head of hair, kind of shaggy, but there is a shock of white going through the left side, so through the beard here and through his hair there. He is in gray robes that are on the outside, and the trim of the robes are in purple. He turns around. Sorry, Savroth, is it? Welcome. Yasa! And he drops something, whatever he was pulling out of there, and heads over. And they talk pleasantries for a bit, and it sounds like common, but you don't really understand what they're saying. They're not making any sense. And then turns around. Right. Well, they've already got the chalice, so things are moving a bit faster than I would have liked.
What challenge?
It's a long story. It's the chalice for the doom of the 5 winds. He just opens his hand and magically appears an image of a chalice. It is a carved chalice, looks like it's gold-plated, and then there are 5 handles, but each handle is a dragon holding on to the edge of the cup. Each of them is made out of gem in one of the 5 chromatic colors. So there's 5 handles, all looking like the dragons are dipping their heads into the chalice itself.
Sounds expensive.
Looks tacky.
That's what I thought when I first saw it.
Time to be honest. Sorry, I didn't mean any disrespect. My lord.
Anyway, last time it was used to make 5 dragon liches. This time, I think they're going for something a little bit flashier.
Okay.
So neon liches.
Flashier than
Dragon lich.
Right.
dragon witches.
Her herself,
And who is she?
Tiamat.
And who's Tiamat? I know who Tiamat is.
I was like,
The dragon cult has seen a resurgence as of late, especially in Erebos, in Chantea. Erebos is a town, city-state in Chantea, which is just north of Unther. So the next land next to yours, and Chantea, most of the city-states used to be allies of Unther. So
The Tiamat. Is this why we did?
way back where we came from.
Yeah.
So.
speak up.
Did you summon us here? Did you send that person that made our symbols go? How did you know we?
Nope.
You did not summon us?
No, if I would have summoned you, I'd have just probably sent a letter to Yasa.
So we've been called.
I'm just following you guys.
And so this, what do they call them, dragon cult? This is the purple.
The wearers of purple, the dragon cult. They've been called many things throughout the years. Ultimately, though, they serve Tiamat and do her bidding on this plane.
I see. Well, that explains why the platinum has chosen us, right? So,
and they stole my cup.
but that was your cup.
Yeah, well, sort of.
Where was it?
Right over there. He points at an alcove in the wall where it just
It's
looks like it could have been there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Of course they did it while I was in Sigil.
Where'd you get it?
It's a very long story.
We've been called upon by gods. I think we can... Well... How long is this exactly?
Gods. Children, if you ask me. Fighting their little petty wars.
Blasphemy.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's either here and over there. The cup... Getting the cup back, we'll figure that out. You, though, you are here for a different reason, I'm guessing. Did they tell you a reason why you were here?
To meet you!
I would explain them at this point. The whole night with Joya or whatever her name is, and just guys like one of us said come to Coromir for
Allies, alliances, a way to save your home. I got it. Comes over, he rustles through some stuff, knocks some things over, pushes some books, and grabs like the biggest dual scroll, like it's the piping, and there's a huge piece of paper between them. And he takes it and he unfurls it and throws it up, and it just suspends in air. And there's this massive scroll of paper with nothing on it. He goes, "Show us here." And then ink just seems to run across the surface of this map. And it looks like the interior of the tower. And it even has points where each of you are sitting at. And he goes, no, further out. And it starts like the town. And he like keeps talking. He keeps giving it commands, and it keeps going out and out and out. And then he says, north, we have to look here. And he points at a place on the map. He goes, the Pinion.
They have good nuts.
That's a very handy map.
You like it?
I do. You have any more of those?
Oh, probably. I got mine after defeating a Red Wizard of Thay. Not quite a lich yet.
Meaning it wasn't a lich, or it's not as powerful as a lich, or he hasn't beaten the lich.
Yeah.
I think
It was not a
implying it wanted to be a lich and was working towards this
this
goal.
is what the Pinion,
And then
The Pinion.
the Pinion.
like P-I-N.
Owen.
P-I-N-I-O-N. Pinion. Ah, yes. So it points out, and up north of Cormyr, north and west, as you get to the tip of the Anarok Desert, this point on the map, blink, it's at the south of the Forest Scar Mountains. It's, yes, the Pinion. I don't remember exactly when it got here. It was either the Sundering or Spell Plague or the Second Sundering at some point. But when it got here, everyone just remembered it always being there, because that's how this whole Aber Toril thing is gone. But ask anyone around, all their legends, and they all state that it has something to do with a fight between dragon and a titan. It's got something to do with that. All the legends. You see, when I did my research on it, I found out that it was from Aber, and it may have been part of your, the original dragon god. I can't remember his name.
Huh?
Oh,
I guess I wouldn't know it.
I'm not even going to look it up, but it's out there. And his fight during the Titan Wars to claim your land, or Aber, the original homeland of the Dragonborn. And now it's here. I'm guessing that whatever answers you're seeking lies somewhere in the Pinion.
Why there?
Because it's coming from your homeland, and your person talked about home a lot. And it has something to do with one of your gods fighting off a titan. And I gotta tell you, if there's something in there that can fight off a titan, we can definitely use that if I don't get my cup back. because isn't much that can slay a god when she manifests on our world.
And you're suggesting to find whatever this is to use against Tiamat?
That would be one use for it. I am not certain where your quest will end, but that seems, from the information you have given me, divining from the information you have given me, I feel that that is the next step in your journey.
Well, if our home is really endangered, we've earned this favor to go do something about it, then that must be where we should go.
Something from your home and the dragons that wrought it lies in that peak.
From our home. You're a diviner. Are you able to be more specific of what from our home? I don't know anything that is missing from.
Well, everything's missing from your home now. There is no A-beer.
Oh, that far back.
Oh.
I visited a couple
That's
times.
fairly specific.
Back when you could.
You did.
I did. Oh, anyway. He goes and rummages off. That is a good question. He goes rummaging off through some things. Yes. You'll need something. They're already on to you. They're already tracking you. They don't want you to find something. You specifically. Rummages through. He pulls out a sling satchel, basically. Man satchel. It is of a dark, supple fabric or leather. And there's when you look at it, it looks like the leather pattern on it. But as you look closer and he brings it up, it actually looks like there's etchwork all the way throughout it. And it's fairly inscrutable. And it doesn't seem like the pattern stays the same. Like when you look at it and you're like, oh, well, there's this pattern here and this pattern here. And you look back, it seems the patterns change. And he goes, you should take this. Whatever you find in that mountain, put it in there. They won't be able to track it.
Oh. That is good thinking.
It is an unscryable bag of holding.
I suppose the diviner would know about that.
Oh, anti-scrying was my specialty in my youth.
How long ago was that?
Can you tell us where that dragon went that we fought before? You've heard about it, I heard.
You fought a dragon?
Yeah, Fred. It knew the name Bahamut.
No, wouldn't they all? Here, show me.
Yeah.
Puts his hand out. You're like,
Yeah? Like this? No.
He just kind of reaches it over your head. Like, think of the battle again.
Hey. I remember it.
A little glow appears.
Poorly.
Oh, that's not a dragon. That's a drake.
Oh.
They're constructs. They're going to great lengths to already try to stop you.
Well, that must mean we're doing something good, huh? By golly.
By golly.
Would you have any advice on how we don't run into any more of these drakes on the way?
Well, no. They're going to be pretty persistent. I gotta suggest that you get good at killing them.
That's an excellent idea. We should do that.
Do you think this construct was sent by the dragon cult?
Let's see. He also says some things to him, like red over water and red over land. It's been following you since your ocean voyage.
Yes.
Probably sent directly from Erebos then.
Makes more sense.
What can you tell us of Erebos?
They worship Tiamat. Built a big statue of her right on the river.
Gross.
And that's probably where they're going to take my chalice and try to wake her up. Yeah, not wake her up. She's in a prison down in one of the 9 hells. But
Can this chalice really do that?
oh yeah, I can.
We should try to stop them.
And you just had it on display. Did you have any guards? Did anyone see you? Who was the last one to see it?
Me, before I left for Sigil.
Okay.
This tower is much more difficult to get into than you would think.
I'm not very familiar with arcane.
Are you suggesting we try to get back the chalice?
He's saying he's going to get back the chalice.
He says he's going to get back the chalice?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to go, in case he can't or it doesn't matter, the idea is that you go find whatever's in that mountain that can kill titans.
Okay, that's...
So if he should fail, or it doesn't matter if he gets it back or not, and they do summon Tiamat, then you guys are going to need something to kill it.
And, sir, I guess by your expression of we should learn to kill these drakes or fight them, whichever it was, guessing that means you don't know of a better way to do that than us right now.
Hitting them. Good stuff.
You seem like a well-outfitted party. Let's see. Heals, damage, tank. No, you got everything.
We shall learn. We will learn.
Well, then I know time is a bit of the essence in this case now, but is there some place here we may rest for the night before we...
Absolutely. Go down to the lakeside. There'll be plenty of accommodations. That's kind of starts rummaging around, pulls out this case, opens it up. There's like all these carved figurines. Grabs a couple, blows them off, brushes them off, wipes them on his robe, walks over. Here, take your pick. He holds up. There's 4 identically carved onyx horses.
Not that one.
That one burns. Oh, wait.
There's only 2 left.
Okay then.
Of course, this one's yours. Yasa takes it. On the bottom is a word written, the name of the horse.
Mine's
you
a
guys
boy.
can name. Like they're on stands, like the block. So, but you can still tell. You guys can come up with your own names for your horses. Nothing weird though. Looking at you, Mitch.
I'm fine.
He puts on his phone. Oh, I got the perfect horse, dude.
He goes, "You should set out right away." I'm setting out right away. So,
Yes. Well, what about your friend, the glowing one?
Adra, well, she's gonna have to come with me on one more adventure.
One of the first name-generated names for the horse was Wiley.
So,
Mine's going to be Anheuser.
Anheuser Busch.
Yeah.
Ichabod.
Ichabod's a good one. Well, what do we... Does he explain to what...
Nope.
No? Okay, I'm like, well, thanks,
Yeah.
Grandma.
Sit on
Good
the
luck.
way.
Do I eat it? What's it? Alright. Whoa. Okay.
Oh, well, I guess one more thing. He goes over, grabs something else out of a bag hanging on the wall, walks it back over to you. It looks like a silver coin. And says, "This will carry one message to me. All you have to do is speak into it."
Ooh.
Okay.
He hands that to you.
Well, thank you, Tolan.
It only will work if I'm on this plane of existence, though, so if I don't answer, it might be because I'm somewhere else. Sorry.
And hopefully not dead.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Do we... What? Will we meet you... Should we meet you back here? Well, I guess we could tell you. Well, I don't know. I've never done anything like this before.
You'll figure it out.
I'm
They
guessing-
always do.
Well, I suppose if that's that, huh?
Well, then I guess we'll be on our ways.
How do we ride these horses?
You asking him because he's already kind of walked away.
Yeah, wait, the horses. How do they work?
When you guys walk outside, Yasa just looks at the bottom of hers, says the word that's inscribed there, and tosses it, and it just goes. And there is a Clydesdale, basically an onyx strider before her, and she just climbs aboard.
Xerinax Jr.
Like, damn it! I already broke my toy.
Oh, man.
Can I ride your horse?
No.
Nope.
Wow. Okay. Well, that was...
A whirlwind of
yeah, it was a lot to
exposition
take in.
and-
We were just like walking around. Just found a dragon. A drake.
a drake.
That's what would a real dragon be like?
Good, huh? You'll find out. They actually talk and cast spells.
How am I going to beat this dragon?
So you head down to the lakeside where all the buildings are.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Huh?
I think we still need to rest
Yes,
before we head out.
Because you didn't get healed, did you?
he did.
Well, yeah, 'cause
But it's late in the day. You guys can rest, figure stuff out, talk to people maybe, and set off for this pinion in the morning.
Do you even know anything about this pinion?
No, first you guys have all... Oh, he did make a map for you, by the way.
Oh, really?
He took a piece of paper and set it up against the map on the wall,
Just
and
kind of
then
like-
the ink transferred through. So it's from where you are to the pinion. You have a little map.
I couldn't help but feel that you spoke very matter-of-factly to us. I felt like I should have been knowing all this stuff the whole time, and I don't know if there's anything I'm missing. Does anyone have any thoughts and feelings about the present?
Well, when you get to Lakeside, there's 3 inns.
Yes.
You can discuss this when you're in there. There's the 3 stories, the Sundown Inn, and Catchy Limericks.
3 stories,
Not the
sundown,
catchy
and catchy.
Sundown Inn and Catchy Limericks. All of these, like, since you've been in Cormier, almost everything has writing on it, and it's not just symbols, so there's a lot of literacy going on here. Limerick is spelled wrong. It's Lymrik, and then there's an apostrophe S at the end of it. Catchy Limericks.
Like the guy's name is Limerick.
One catchy limerick. Look at my inn.
I chose the last inn.
I think in this boat, I'm leaning towards 3 stories.
Alright.
Right, 3 stories.
3 stories is aptly named because it is 3 stories tall. Right on the lakeside.
What I thought it would be.
There's pretty much like a large sliding barn door inside that opens up onto a patio that goes out over the water. So they have that opened up. There's a couple torch lit, or not torch lit, little fire pits out there, plus a big hearth inside to keep everyone warm on the chill lakeside air. The fare is hearty, but fairly plain. Lots of fish. Fish, elk, soups and stews, crusty breads. Alright. So you guys get in there, get a room. It's about the same cost as it is anywhere else. So if you want to double up again, it'll be 1 gold, 4 silver.
I'll cover this stay.
Ooh.
The food will be 2 gold total for everyone. 5 silver apiece. 2 gold for all of it. Like, not for everyone.
Well, let's just all buy our own dinners since we don't feel broke here.
It's 5 silver a plate.
What was the stay earlier? Like a gold and 2 silver or something?
I don't remember. He bought the first.
He got to stay in there.
2 gold, I think.
It was 1 gold, 4 silver for the 2 rooms in the last place. Sounds like it's the same price here.
Yep.
Buy my own meal. 3.
So this is copper, silver,
Gold. Platinum.
platinum. What's the E?
Electrum.
Electrum.
It's the composite of gold
How
and
much is
silver.
the food?
Gold is 2 gold. Food is 2 gold for everyone.
That's why I was saying I
Each.
paid for my own. Yeah, the 5 silver.
5 silver each.
And no quick maths for me now. Right, I'll get the rooms again. So
Here.
Here, you got it.
Oh, yo, thanks. All right, I'm just gonna be. I want to look at this map. I want to get an idea of like where this pinion is compared to here. What the kind of sounds like it's a detailed map from what you described.
It's fairly detailed. So, the Forest Scar Mountains end just west of the Dale Lands. So the forests of the Great Dales end. The Anarok Desert is over the mountains to the north. Cormyr is off to the southeast. There's a evil swamp off to the south, but fairly far away off. And it's not close enough to any of the Sword Coast kingdoms to start. So there's this kind of like just patch of land that's kind of hanging out in this little area that's really not claimed or utilized by anyone. You see a couple pathways go through it, a couple trade routes. Try to hug that because there's not a whole lot going on. It avoids the swamp. It avoids the desert.
So no major roads then.
No major roads, but it does look like there are some roads. There's 2 named paths going through it. There's a couple old dwarven names up in the Forest Scar Hills, mountains. Looks like there might be some mines up there, old mines or new mines, you don't know. The Dale Lands, again, are right to the east, so their forests start there. You see one little town just south of the Pinion. Actually, it has 2 names, though. Shade Rest and Shade Meat. And it looks like a river winds between the 2 of them, and the river originates from a lake that's just outside the Pinion.
Got it. Shade Rest and Shade Meat, huh?
Yep.
All right. Where does this river go? Can we make use of this river? Does it come our way?
It does. It goes pretty much from the Pinion all the way to the inner sea through Cormyr.
Perfect.
And what makes the swamp evil? Is it labeled evil swamp?
No, there's goblins infest it. If you while you're sitting around the map and talking all this stuff, there's not a whole lot of people in here, and most of them are locals. So like the innkeeper, the bartender, and the server are all eager to answer questions. They also think it's really exotic that they have a whole bunch of Dragonborn in their inn.
Understand.
So the Pinion Peak sits at the southern foundation of the Forest Scar Mountains, a short range serving as the northwestern barrier of the Dale Lands. It is a massive, sheer rock, twice the height of its largest child. Too steep to scale, too hard to mine, it casts its shade over the land below. At its southern base, it is skirted by the Sluice Lake, a mineral-rich body with a single river winding southeast to the Sea of Fallen Stars. And if Yasa brings back up that it is not a natural formation, that it's something that came here from Abir and might have been in the old Titan Wars that the dragon gods and the Titans had over that land.
It was what Tolan was suggesting. Or at least goes along with that. What about... What's the nearest town to us that connects to this, that sits on this river?
Now, besides the river, there is a road that just goes up there.
Yeah, but we have a sailor. Times of the... I actually have it. If times of the essence, it might be quick.
We just got 4.
Oh, we just got these cool awesome magic horses, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do they swim? Throw one in the water.
They're made out of onyx, so they're pretty heavy. They're not actually made of onyx when they grow, but
Oh no, they're not like this cool like jet.
they do look jet black, but that would be way too heavy. Like it'd be like sinking into earth like
Yeah.
I think they would
Several-
onyx black,
tons. They are onyx black.
not jet black.
Sorry.
I'm just being a dick. That's what I do.
All right.
What? Well,
Anything else you want to talk to the folk here about, or any questions you have about this?
what?
Have they had any problems with the dragon cult lately? No,
Like
no.
even when like you speak, like, ooh, what? There's problems with the dragon cult. These people don't seem very like they know some local news and history, but they seem pretty out of the loop. Like you don't see that
Bumpkin.
the sign of war here.
Gotcha.
You find out that from some of the older folks here is that when like if you're a hero of Cormyr and like not necessarily like the knights and all them getting land and all that stuff, but if you're a hero, like you're an adventuring party and all that, and you've done great work for Cormyr, they'll give you like title but not necessarily land, and you settle down in communities like this. They're like these kind of communities are retirement homes for old adventurers.
Nice.
Most of the time, they'll become the mayor, or they'll like old priest will run the chapel in the local area, things like that.
Is that such the case as with Shade Meat, or is it too far away from Cormyr to be?
They're not Cormyrian. Only one person, even in this entire inn, has ever even heard of those. It's like, I think I was working as a guard in a trade caravan when we passed through there. Quaint little town, nice, big mountain in the north. I remember that thing.
Okay. Too steep.
It sounds like that's the next destination. Shade Meat.
Well, at least it should be easy to find out in the open wilderness.
There's a road.
Yeah, we'll just see it coming up. If it's a big giant spike in the land, we'll try to make humor.
Oh.
Soldier humor.
Soldier humor.
Yeah,
Soldier
that's
humor.
Should be easy to see.
Ah,
All right.
Dale lands, huh? These dwarven names. Dwarves around there. Well, how can I tell distance on this map? Is there like a little, what are those, like 10 miles?
There isn't that,
Is
but
it a hex map?
but looking from like the town down to Stoneport, you can figure the journey, and it'll probably take you a week on horseback to get out there. It's pretty remote through a lot of open area. Like there's just nothing going on in that part of the land that anyone wants to settle down or conquer.
Stoneport is where like we're staying at.
That's where you came in. Stoneport was the port you landed in from the boat.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You're right now. You're at Braden's Down.
Okay, that's why I was like, wait a minute.
Well, Kinsman,
I was telling him like looking at the distance from one to that to here.
Got it.
the weather has been fair. The land is beautiful. It should be quite a pleasant journey, really, especially with these horses.
It might be warm with drakes on our tail.
Well, we'll deal with that. Time comes. We'll burn that bridge when we cross. Wait.
Awesome. I'm glad you said it like that with Drake's on our tail. So, presume everyone is still on board for this mission and heading north to the Pinion.
No, I'm done. I quit.
Yeah, I'm out. Screw you guys.
There's no question of it, my lord.
Well, originally it was
Are
just
you-
going to Cormyr, so now there's more to it.
Well, I mean, what were we going to do when we got to Cormyr? We were going to follow your dreams. So
Should we
that's
send?
good.
Follow my dreams.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Should we send word back to
Believe in
Goldath?
yourself. Believe in yourself.
You could draft a letter and set it for delivery if you would like.
It's a good idea, Rofrus.
Every once in a while, I...
Very
you,
few
my
and far
lord.
between.
Excuse me. I drown you in your soup.
So you take some time to draft a letter
I drink it before
to
drowning.
Lord Goldath.
That's good.
What are you telling him? What are you putting in that letter?
Probably, first of all, we made it to Cormyr. Let's see. We made it to Cormyr.
Just draw little pictures of you on a boat,
Handled
like fighting a
some
mermaid.
Please don't tell them how many
Handled
times I
some-
missed that drink.
Uther, whatever
Pirates.
we were.
Last session, I couldn't
The
get
right
out from underneath
privateers.
the door that somebody was standing on.
I would say the quest is now leading us away from Coromir to a new destination.
Not put that destination in there.
Now,
But something from our home. It's pretty important, yeah.
again, the whole quest is important for
Yeah.
our race, not just our clan. Hopefully. But yeah, I want to put where we're going just in case this correspondence gets intercepted by.
That's smart.
Whoever.
Smart thinking.
Right.
Especially if we got people after us.
And
They're
you-
probably waiting for letters to come from us.
Right.
And I would probably draft 2 letters.
And one of them is just dick
Send
butt.
one to the patriarch, and then one to the treasury lady.
Ah, nice.
Just in case one gets intercepted, one makes it through. Like, hey, someone fucking knows.
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
They
thinking.
both don't-
You
yeah.
write it in Draconic and use some clan cipher to hide some details here and there and put misleading details there and here. And no stranger to some intrigues, Goldath is. So you can set those off by pony in the morning. Off by post.
Should we request soldiers?
Should we request soldiers?
Yeah. People?
No. I
A
mean,
retinue?
From the kingdom that's currently fighting a war.
from DJ Erad Daimari or wherever we're from.
Giraffe.
Yeah, they didn't want to let you
That's
four
right.
go.
So, yeah.
You don't like DJ Red?
Rofas would ask that. Should we have a unit come north?
We have the unit.
Big
We are
unit.
the
At
unit.
least some of us
Ah.
have units. I don't know about
The
you,
absolute
pal,
unit.
but we are our unit.
I like it. Damn right.
So, north?
To the north.
The north/west, right?
Yes.
Wherever
North
those.
slash west. There's a word for that.
North/west.
There's a
Oh,
word for
northwest.
that.
Yep, you can hook up on some of the old trails and back roads, and eventually it makes its way to a old and often unused trade route road that will start taking you to the Pinion,
All right.
to the shade.
These horses, we're on big magic. On these horses, Ben. Ben, believe you can't even believe it.
Well, the street just looking off the side.
Oh,
Like,
right.
no one.
She's
no one
making
can see.
crazy eyes. I can't help it.
She's got crazy eyes. You know who else is making crazy eyes?
Who?
You there, crazy eyes.
Me?
Oh. Alright, we will finish there. The next leg of the journey to the shade.
The shade. Shade of the pin.
Ringing any bells there?
Yeah. Obviously, these bells on You're like, hey guys, that's this one
Oh,
cafe,
yeah.
and everything went wrong. And
Everything went wrong. That was the second time.
yeah. No, we never quite got this through that thing. Yeah.
Finally get
Cool.
to reuse the setting.
Yeah. It's good. It'll be good. We get to see like a
These two are talking, right? We're not.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's probably like when we talk about.
He just likes to haunt me with my past failures.
That's it. Well, thank you all for watching. Next week, they are going to head off to the Pinion and see this odd landmark that may not be of this world. It might be from a world where dragons ruled.
You can imagine. Such a cool
imagine.
place.
Tune in next week. We'll be here at the same time, same Twitch channel. that we start at 9 p.m. Arizona time, which currently is the same as Pacific.
Yeah. When does that switch? Do we know?
November or something.
Yeah.
It's whenever they move their stuff. 'Cause we don't.
And then we will be on Mountain. But
I
right
guess-
now, we're on Pacific time, 9 p.m. till midnight. We'll be continuing the voyage of the Dragonborn clan Goldath towards their salvation.
Probably it does, but we're gonna hope this.
The campaign's name is Dragonborn Salvation.
Yeah.
But maybe I should put a question mark at the end of it. Like,
Yeah.
what does this really mean?
The end.
The end.
We misspelled murder.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.